Okay, hello and welcome to session 7 of Dreamers of Kiriak. We are once more not joined by Eric, playing Antonin, whichever his character's name was, I forget at this point. But we have our George and our Jordan and our Stephanie. Does anybody remember what happened during our last session?
The last couple kind of blended together for me.
Understandable.
Was it last session that we chased down Oshit's friend, or was that the session before?
That was the one that we chased through the woods.
I believe that was
The one
last session.
that
Yes, that was last time.
was blue and had hands, and that was the only thing.
Oh, I thought you meant the guy we
Of
found
course,
in the
remembered.
tree.
Yeah, that also. See, at the beginning of last session, I believe you guys talked to the little blue eye man as he was
Right.
kind of like leached onto the Fearlin who had come out of from under the rug and attacked you.
Yeah, we had finished fighting them the time before.
Yes. And he said like, "Oh, well, yes, come at midnight and you can help me, get out of this contract that I don't want to do anymore because it's clearly the case that you guys are mildly more competent than was made out to be the case when I took the bounty to murderize you." And he's like,
All
"Yeah,
right.
these people have they've taken a couple things from me, and you can have your pick of one of them if you help me get out of this thing." And you're like, "Sure, why not?" And then you did indeed chase a man through the woods, who was one of the people you had beaten and tied up and interrogated. And you set your boy up in the tavern, and you're like, "Yeah, you're gonna be like our dude in the tavern now." And he's like, "Well, that seems pretty good to me, so." And you're like, "Yes." He's like, "Okay then."
And everyone in town had hands, and it was very suspicious.
It was incredibly suspicious that everybody in town had hands. You're beginning to see some correlations, but... And at this point, let me grab the calendar. It's 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And you guys had returned to the orphanage where the Hoffins live, which are just you guys at this point, I think, aside from what did you guys do with the children's? Did you just tell the... Because I've got them on the orphanage map, but I can't remember if they're actually supposed to be on the orphanage map or if you left them with someone in town.
They were upstairs, I think, the last I know.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think we took them anywhere.
Okay.
I think they went to play outside.
Yes, I believe you're right. That would be why
maybe
they're
that's
outside.
why they went.
So some say they're still playing outside to this day.
Hmm.
And I think that was about it.
There was some mention of a Lady of Flames having put the bounty on us,
Yes, the
and
little
something about the lighthouse having been breached.
yes, the little blue man with all the eyes and the hands. He said that it was, quote, Our Lady of the Flames, unquote, who had put the bounty on you for murderizing her children, and that the lighthouse having been opened up again is what allows creatures, what he called the Neverborn, to come much more easily into this reality. And he said that he suspects that there's someone else involved because it doesn't make any sense that you would have been able to just jump into the lighthouse from here.
And I think there was some indication that the Neverborn and the Lady of the Flames there were part of the music somehow.
Potentially, yes. He seemed to know what the music was. He seemed to be confused at Goras's specific mentions of it, though.
Can we fake our deaths and collect the bounty?
You can certainly try. That would be really interesting to see. So I suppose the question is, what are you going to do for the next 10 hours?
I think we went to bed early so that we could get a long rest in before
I think
then.
you are right.
So there might be less than 10 hours left.
So you guys can do your long rest, and we can skip ahead 8 hours.
Bam.
All right, it is currently 22 o'clock. And yeah, we're gonna do one of these if I can.
Salir, I had the weirdest dream last night. Well, last afternoon. What? Anyways.
Weird for normal people or weird for you?
Well, I am not a normal person. It was weird for me, yes.
And what did the chosen one dream?
I dreamt that we were here at the orphanage, but it was just normal. Or was it strange? One of the two. I didn't hear any music, and I didn't feel very chosen.
That is a very strange dream.
Isn't it? I can't. It was weird. I can't even imagine a world without the music now, but I'm certain I dreamt it.
I can't picture you without the music.
Neither can I. I'm not sure if that's a good sign or a bad sign.
Well, hopefully it is like most dreams and means nothing.
There's a rotten smell coming from upstairs.
Does anybody know where the orphans are?
They were playing outside earlier. Oh,
I'm
It's
not
night
even
now.
sure where anywhere is.
right. It's
It's-
not morning. They.
Oh shit! The if you go upstairs, the smell gets worse. It smells like rotting fruit, rotting vegetables.
I'll let them go first then.
I check under my bed.
All right,
what
if
you
you
see in my bed.
if you enter
Oh, yep.
if you enter the room, the stench gets even worse, and you see the bed where Antonin was sleeping, and is surrounded by a mass of half-rotted thorns and vines, and shattered squashes. And there's a ring of what looks like burning all around the bed on the floor. Antonin is nowhere in sight.
Is this what that portal you were talking about looked like?
This is unfamiliar, but it was in this room. But it was my bed before. Asha, did you plan a prank for Antonin? Like Wrath did?
Well, I always kind of hoped he would die, but I never specifically planned it.
Well, hopefully he's not dead. Maybe he's just in the other place.
Is there anything going on in this room?
You see nothing out of the ordinary in that room. Solir, as you step behind this bed here, you see that there's a note that fell to the floor. And scrawled on the note is, "Going on an adventure, we'll be back." No name is signed to it.
I will show it to Goras.
Did the note have that accent specifically?
I can't read that. What does it say?
I will read it to him.
Okay.
Adventure. Well, this is Antonin's bed, right? So it's either him or somebody pretending to be him and making us think that he left peacefully.
Has anything ever been peaceful in this room since we've come back?
You know, I had to think about that for a second. I can't recall any particular peaceful times. No.
Is there a hole to the void under this bed.
You see no hole to the void under the bed. You see no hole of any kind.
Nor do we see the male child.
You do not see the male child, no. So, Lear, there's a fire burning in this fireplace, and it looks like it was just moments ago brought up to the point of being a full burning fire. There are logs stacked high in it, and they're burning brightly.
Was it burning when we came up the stairs?
It was, yes.
Okay. I'm guessing I'm alone upstairs still.
I believe so.
I'm here.
Oh, then not.
Goras, did you light a fire up here for some reason?
Not unless I can do that in my sleep. Maybe,
I-
maybe I was sleeping that I was normal because I was sleepwalking and doing lots of not normal things. But no, I don't remember lighting this fire.
Oh yeah. Oh shit, the carriage is gone. The wagon.
Oh no. It's
I-
left a shadow where it once was.
I can't imagine that Aship, is any less cheap than our former master. So I don't think she would have lit a fire and wasted all this wood.
That's a good point.
So if I didn't light the fire and you didn't light the fire and Aship didn't light the fire,
Goras begins pacing.
then who lit the fire? Since Antonin's gone on an adventure.
Yeah, it would seem strange that he would light a fire and then leave.
This is true.
About what time is it, by the way?
Well,
Was it-
1 second. I think it's
Like 10 p.m.? Is it 2200?
yeah, 10 p.m.
All right, cool.
And shit, you don't see the blob there. I just put it there for safekeeping.
Okay.
So I'm going to look into the girls' room to see if the female child is there.
The female child is not there.
Well, I suppose we could,
Maybe they
mean-
lit the fire.
There's no sign of the orphans outside.
well, it'd be weird if they lit the fire and then left, though.
This is true.
I
Ush.
suppose, well, I mean, this is a
Are they-
portal that appeared just where we were before. We could just jump in it, right?
You want to go jump into the pit of rotting vegetables? Go for it.
I mean,
Or were you talking about jumping into the raging fire?
no, not that one. I don't think fires are portals.
Okay.
But vegetables, though, we've gone into gross portals before. We were in a, sort of a portal made of spiders earlier.
This is true. Yeah, and Antonin did lead the way into the portal with the spiders.
This is true.
So perhaps he has somehow led the way into a portal made of rotting vegetation.
After you?
Wait, were we told to wait here until midnight or to go to your friend, your musical friend at midnight? Oh shit.
I don't remember.
Oh shit.
Perhaps we can check the cupboard under the stairs and see if the little blue guy is down there, since we gave him that place to live.
Oh shit, you think you remember that he said that he would meet you back here, but you don't quite remember?
I just went up and down these stairs twice. Oh my god. Too old for this crap.
Well, you could have given him a bed in the room instead of sticking him under the stairs.
You should invent a cantrip that just takes you very slowly up or downstairs.
Solaire, I just had an idea. Well, more of a worry than an idea, I suppose. The worries are sort of ideas that are uncomfortable.
And what is that, Garth?
Well, we just saw it was not just earlier today that something popped out at us, right?
Yes.
What if that's not a portal for us to go in, but a portal for something to jump out at us?
That's happened before.
What if it jumped out? What if it got Antonin?
But then why would Antonin leave a note?
Maybe it's not Antonin's note. Maybe it's smart. Maybe it's trying to trick us.
Well, that is a possibility.
I mean, Oshit's friends seem pretty smart.
Gorash, you need to go sit in a corner and breathe for a few minutes.
Okay, I'm not gonna sit in the corner with the portal though.
Oshit calls from downstairs.
I will go stand in the doorway and keep an eye on the vegetation.
I can hear him hyperventilating from down here.
The chosen one does not hyperventilate.
Does the chosen one psychoventilate?
Yes.
Is there anything in the cupboard?
The chosen one forgets to breathe when he's worried.
You see nothing in the cupboard now?
So
He's not in the cupboard, and if you want something checked downstairs, you can do it your damn self.
I'm going to holler down to Goras that I'm keeping a close eye on the vegetation.
The vegetation does not move.
Poke at it with
I
a
will communicate back telepathically saying, thank you, Anton. Thank you, Slayer, rather.
You poke a gourd and it falls apart, and a millipede runs away.
Ew.
It does not appear to be a magic millipede to you. You know magic millipedes pretty well.
Are we just not concerned about the missing orphans?
I mean, they are my trainees. Why should we be concerned?
Well, okay.
So Asha, can you use any of this vegetation for your nasty little bruise?
Nasty little bruise, huh?
Also, it was lonely downstairs, so I came up.
You do not think you could use any of this shit. Unless you could figure out, specifically how it was magical, but it doesn't look very useful to you.
I can use the rotting stuff. Go pick it up with your bare hands and put it in a jar.
Question.
Answer.
How does the music sound right now?
The music does not sound any different than it usually does.
Okay. Do I, recognize what's going on here with the vegetables as any kind of ritual or something that Antonin has done before? Or
You do not. You have never seen this before.
Okay. Well, I'm still worried about it, but I don't get the worst vibes from it. It's, the music is normal, at least.
How close are we to midnight?
Like 2 hours away.
I'm gonna search outside for any trace of the orphans.
All right. Can you give me survival, please? Well, you find that the horse and cart tracks lead directly away toward the town.
Oh, I should probably tell them that's gone. Hey, guess who climbed up the stairs the fourth time to come tell you this?
Your knees don't feel great.
No.
Well, you won't need to go to the gym today then.
I think the orphans stole the cart. They must be found and punished.
You have a little bit of deja vu, the other two of you.
I am torn on this. Because A, that was my cart. But B, I'm kind of proud of them for stealing it. They're my trainees, after all. Of course, kind of sniffles a little bit.
Oh, poor Goris.
I guess next time we should tie up the horses so they can't just take the cart.
Or tie up the orphans. Be easier.
Yes, it probably would be.
Maybe just checking on them before going right to bed when they're playing outside. It's like an intermediate step in between there.
Well, should we Should we follow then and just not worry about this mess?
Well, how long would it take to get to town on foot?
I think it's like half an hour on foot, or was it half an hour by cart? I feel like the half an hour was before you guys used the cart, and I forgot to make it any faster for you.
The horses are just really slow.
Lazy horses, they're all orphans. But, like, you guys have been asleep for 8 hours. I don't know. I mean, I say I don't know. You don't know how long ago they would have left. You can try to do some more survival to try to figure that out, but unless any of you is, like, specifically a ranger, it's probably going to be difficult.
I suppose we should probably just get going then, right? I mean,
I'm already hobbling in that direction.
okay.
My best child beating stick in hand.
So we're going to leave here and go into town then.
I've got orphans to beat.
So you know how buildings catch on fire, right? Maybe we should put that fire out before we go. Also, like buildings catch on fire, right? And there's a whole mess of plants here. Do you think buildings can catch on plants?
Do they appear to be growing?
They do not.
I don't know. Okay, they
However,
do not.
Goras, you have definitely seen ivy growing up the side of a house, so there's that.
I don't trust it. But I suppose the fire is more dangerous.
You've even seen grass growing on a roof before.
Is prestidigitation powerful enough for me to blow out the fire?
It will not be powerful enough for you to put out a whole fire like that, no.
That's fair.
You do have, like, water pumps downstairs. And pots.
True. That's fair. Goris only thinks in magic, though.
So what if you just threw a lot of oil until you smothered the fire?
Exactly.
Well, it is a fireplace after all.
We've got so much booze we're not using. We could use that to put out the fire. Like,
I mean, it is a place for fires. So would
maybe
there
you're
be I mean, if we lit a fire to keep the upstairs warm for the orphans, not that that ever happened when we were here, but if that was happening, wouldn't we just let it burn throughout the night?
yes, but not unattended.
You could, Goras, try to frostbite the fire to cool it down enough that it just stops being fire.
Okay.
You
give it a shot.
you think you could make it work.
I first try to prestidigitate it with like a gust of air, and that just makes it brighter. And they're like,
Yes.
"Oh, okay." See if that works.
The fire will make a saving throw and fail because it's fire.
Okay. 8 cold.
You cause the flames to waver, and you put out some of the embers and some of the coals, but you do not stop the fire.
Well, maybe that'll slow it down at least. I'll show that fire who's boss, and then it won't catch the house on fire, right? Right, Salir?
So you put the fire out?
I showed it who's boss, yes.
Okay. Well, as long as it's now your servant, this is a good thing.
So you guys are walking to town.
Yep.
All right.
No,
Or
I don't
otherwise
think
following the tracks, whichever.
Well, yes.
I don't think Ashik could jog into town. So.
Yes. All right. If you follow the tracks, they will lead you to town, and it will be half an hour.
All right.
And let me see. Will you, Ashit, please roll me 1d100. And how are you guys trying to be at all cautious? Are you trying to be extra fast? What manner are you approaching town? And thank you, Stephanie.
I don't think I ever go particularly fast. My knees hurt.
I think Goris
Yep.
would have started to go fast, realized he was getting ahead, and then slow down.
Okay.
Back to Oshit.
Then you hear a growl. maybe 15 minutes in, and you see the lithe shapes of wild dogs or wolves
Christ, somebody
looming on the edges of the road. There might be between 3 and 5 of them. You can't quite tell at the distance with just your dark vision, because they will be. Let's see. Salir, are you putting out light or are you just using your vision? It says that.
I don't think I have a light source.
Okay. Let's see what. So it says you have dim 60 and bright 10.
Yes, that 10 would be from the blind fighting.
Gotcha. Well, that makes sense. Say with just dark vision, you can only make out the shapes of the wolves, and it's difficult for you to tell exactly how many there are in the underbrush. How would you like to react to this?
See if we can slip past them.
You want to try to slip past them. All right. Pass without trace. Now, this is usually not a spell for if things already know you're there. And you are dealing with creatures that... Let's see, if it says you can't be tracked except by magical means, then we'd say you're not leaving tracks or traces. I think wolves would still be able to smell you, though. Maybe not if you had passed, like...
Smell?
What's that?
Is it magical smell?
Gosh, I don't know what the ruling would be on this.
I
Well,
You're
they're-
not putting out a magical smell. Like, I would say if they came upon your trail, you wouldn't have left enough of a scent for them to track you. But like,
There's a
they're
difference between tracking and like just seeing that you're right in front of them.
right. Like your shadows and silence. You're getting a bonus to stealth. So I'd say you guys can make stealth rolls, but you're going to be at disadvantage. You'll still have your bonus to it.
Stealth. At disadvantage, +10. Damn. Wow. Thank you for the +10.
And... Alright, Asha, you made yours. Now the wolves will make a group perception. I mean, they'll have passive perception, I guess. Except they're actively going to be trying to see you. So they'll make a group perception roll.
Sorry, I forgot you could just add the +10.
It's a +10 to yours. Okay. Salir, yeah, Salir should also have a +10 to yours, correct?
Yes, because I don't know how to do the fancy rolling.
It's on the little window that pops up when you hit disadvantage, advantage.
Just give me a second to frantically figure out what I'm doing here. You take off at a run as Ashit whispers that what she's going to do, and you keep behind trees and you take advantage of the fact that your footfalls are producing very little to no sound, and the wolves, as you break, they pounce upon where you were. They seem very confused that you're no longer there, and they immediately put their noses to the ground and begin sniffing, but you're just not leaving enough of a trail that they can follow you, and you're able to escape them.
Huzzah.
Know your place, nature. We've got old women with magic.
I did work for once.
Look at that.
Know your place, nature. We've got shroom magic.
We have also got nature. All Right. All right, and yes, I just gotta delete this. And figure out where I put Antonin. He may be already gone from this map. Vanished into eternity. So you arrive back at town, and you see that the cart is parked in front of the tavern. The horses are just kind of sitting attached to the cart, and they're both asleep. They don't look like they're in great condition. They've not been taken care of properly after their trip. What do you guys do?
If the orphans come into town to drink,
As orphans do.
I mean, I wouldn't blame them.
Let's see if the door is unlocked.
The door is unlocked. Sigmund, your peasant, is slumped over asleep with several empty bottles next to him. There's nobody else in the tavern.
did he not have a house?
He may have just been under the impression that it's his job to maintain this place 24/7. I mean, there are candles still burning. It looks like they've been replaced relatively recently, maybe a few hours ago.
I'll use my mage hand to try and poke him awake.
He startles awake as soon as you poke him. He raises his head blearily. He winces at the candlelight. And
you know
he
can close, right?
He didn't tell me nothing about that. But I'm doing a good job. I'm doing everything you asked me to. I've been doing that all day.
Good job, Sigmund. Did you see 2 orphans come through here?
Yes, sure I did, and I helped him just as you told me to. So there you see nobody in the back room.
Where are they?
I don't know. After they left me, they went about their business. But I took the cart from them, and I gave them the money and the supplies as you told me to. I did everything properly. And, well, after that point, I suppose it's up to them.
I accidentally jumped through the window.
As is also tradition.
What money and what supplies?
We didn't tell them to do that, did we?
Well, they gave me that note that you gave them that said, take the cart, take good care of it until we come for it, make sure nobody steals it, and give the orphans half of everything that you made today, and pack them with 2 days' supplies, and send them back on their way so they can get their errands done. And so I did.
Was the note written in crayon?
He shows you the note. It's just
Was it-
scribbles. It's completely illegible. This was not
Did
written
they
in an
read
actual
this
language.
to you by any chance?
Well, yes, on account of I can't read.
I can't.
It looks like a perfectly ordinary note to you, Goras.
Yes, I can't read that. I'm sorry.
You have done well, Sigmund. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you, sir. I do my best. So, you're saying that I don't need to stay open all day and all night. I can go home after the... What time can I go home? I assume after dinner.
Why don't you keep the hours that Roy used to keep?
I don't know. Sometimes Roy would stay open well into the night. That's a part of what my confusion was. I don't know when he did or he didn't. He just always opened up in the morning, and, I think he did sleep in here, but sometimes he'd open up in the middle of the night for people to come in and play cards.
You're good. Just stay the course, Sigmund.
Well, thank you, sir.
I admire your work ethic, Sigmund, but perhaps you could just close up when the last customers leave?
What if
Then
they
you don't have to
never
stay
leave,
here.
sir?
Well,
And you never leave.
then I admire your work ethic, Sigmund.
All right. I could work with that.
Is there anything in the cart?
There is nothing in the cart, no.
Are there any tiny footprints walking away?
There are not. There are many, many footprints of many people walking by this exact spot, like thousands of times a day.
Sigmund, how long ago did the children leave?
Oh, what time is it now, sir? I think I shut my eyes for a few moments to rest my eyelids.
About 10:30 or so.
Oh, goodness. He puts up his fingers and begins counting. I think that might have been 5 or 6 hours ago, sir.
Okay, thank you very much.
He pours a drink for himself as you leave.
So I will go out and let the others know that they have a 5 or 6 hour head start, according to Sigmund.
Well,
They wouldn't have left town.
well, they have money now.
But why wouldn't they take the cart?
And supplies for 2 days.
But no cart. Why would they just leave
Well,
that if they were going for it?
Perhaps they are not thieves.
Well, they just stole from the tavern.
Well, I think, in their mind, perhaps they think that they are entitled to, eat once in a while. I realize that's a bizarre concept at the orphanage, but
That's insane.
The townsfolk
these
do not
guys-
exist, by the way.
Okay. Then I walk right.
I'm just leaving them for the next day. There's a day.
so where could they reach reasonably with just 2 days supplies?
There is not another town within 2 days of here, as far as you are aware, Salir.
I can try to reach out to them, see if they talk back.
That's a good idea, Gors. I mean, I don't know what they know. Do you think it's possible they would have gone home?
That's possible, but we burnt that down, didn't we? Do you think maybe there's something buried near there or something else like that?
I mean, I don't know. All of the rest of us wanted to get away from the orphanage, so I can understand their motivation.
Yes, where could they have gone? Let's see. I can send them a few words, but we need to be very careful about the number of words I use. And I'm not very good at coming up with I'm not very good at words in general. We should collaborate on this and then see if hopefully they respond. They may not, but either way we can at least talk to them.
Well, how few words are we talking about here?
Gorse begins counting on his fingers and then realizes he doesn't have enough fingers and says, more than this many? Probably more than if you include your toes, too. How many toes do you have, Slayer? I think that would be enough. I can see how many fingers you have, but I've never seen your toes.
I have the same number of toes as fingers.
Okay. So still more than all your fingers and toes, but not many more than that.
Well, that should be enough to send a message.
Yes.
Do I see anything through this window that looks like an orphan?
Hold on, let me figure out where you are. You do not. You see Bana sleeping in her bed. As you stand on the bench to be able to look in.
Do you think she'd learn to draw the curtains by now?
There are no curtains on this
Well,
window,
doesn't-
unfortunately.
Doesn't Banna look like an orphan though?
That is absolutely true. You see an orphan in the building.
Just an old orphan.
You do hear a cat that's yelling quite a lot. Oh shit.
We could we could tell them or ask them where they're going, maybe, or we could no, they probably just wouldn't respond to that. We could
Goras, are they aware that you can talk to their heads?
I think
So they know
so.
how to talk back.
I'm pretty sure. I think so.
You think so? Okay.
I think I've shown them. I've shown them all sorts of magic before. Of course, I have.
Okay. Okay. I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure whether you suddenly talking in their head would terrify them or not.
Hmm. Well, maybe. Ooh, terrify them. Maybe if I make them think that I can talk to them right now, that'll make them think that I can see them, and maybe they'll be so terrified that we can intimidate them into coming back. Maybe that's. That doesn't sound very nice, but it's an option.
It may not be very nice, but it may prove to be effective.
Hmm. If only I could actually see them.
Well, I cannot help you there. I don't have anything that will help you actually see them.
Maybe I'll work on that.
Where is Oshit prowling now? I can't find her.
She's having a peek in the woods.
Okay.
That actually kind of makes sense. Just wandering off into the woods.
Can you give me
needs
perception,
people?
please?
There are plants.
You don't find any orphans. You find half a sandwich somebody dropped earlier. It's covered in ants.
Oh, fantastic.
You find a single copper piece.
Ooh. I was looking for windows I can peek in now.
There's lots of windows you can peek in. Most
People
people
keep
have
their
shutters on the
windows
inside.
It's terrible.
I think actually Bana's place in the guest house is the only one where people didn't like actually stop people from looking in their windows at night.
That seems like an odd choice.
So, how much time has passed here in town?
Probably another half hour.
I'm going to suggest to Goras that we should probably be getting back. We don't want to miss. We don't want to miss our appointment.
It's true, but should we send a message? Maybe I could send it on the way, or we could discuss what we say on the way. I don't know. It will take a bit of energy out of me to do it, but I don't. It may or may not be helpful. Do you have any ideas, Asha?
Tell the little shits that need to come back.
I mean, I can definitely tell them that. I don't think that'll be particularly effective, though.
I don't know.
Okay, let's discuss it on the way back.
Do they have anything they care about that's still alive?
Each other.
Well, we can't threaten one of them. They're both gone. Aren't we taking the cart back? It's right here, guys.
You can take the cart back.
That would make sense, yes.
The horses are not very
Sorry,
happy to be woken up.
I'm sorry, I didn't see the cart.
Yeah, I erased it for some reason. I'll draw you a new one. Ta-da.
Well, suppose there's not much time left.
Tell them we found their parents and they're still alive.
That's horrible.
These are small children. I don't think we need to be terribly.
They saw their parents murdered in
Crafty
front of
here.
their eyes.
Yeah, which will make it all that much more special.
I think if we just ask them where they're going.
If they wanted us to know where they were going, they wouldn't have stolen the cart and snuck off and stole our money.
Wait, we saw another note earlier. Was it the same kind of writing? I
No,
couldn't read either of them.
No, that one I could actually read.
Oh, I see. Wait, you couldn't read that one either? The one that Zygmunt had?
I actually have not looked at it yet.
Yeah, that one is just a bunch of scribbles. If you look at it, it's they're not words.
No, Goras, I cannot read this one. It just looks like somebody scratched some marks on a piece of paper.
that's what writing is.
Disorganized marks. They're not organized into anything that I can read.
Goris shakes his head and says, "I see." Well, okay, let's get going.
20 minutes pass. I'll try to remember that's how long it takes if you guys have to go again with the cart.
Is the house on fire?
It is not on fire.
I knew I showed that fire who's boss.
And it's still a little less than 45 minutes until the time that you're supposed to meet the eyeball man. But as you enter the house, he is there. Let me grab him. He seems surprised that you're all up and about at this time. Says, "Oh, I wasn't expecting you all to be up for another 39 minutes and various seconds. Well, how
Why
are
are you here?
things? I was going to prepare things before you woke up. And then you surprised me.
Do you know where our orphans went?
Why would I know where they went?
Perhaps he can help us with the vegetation issue upstairs.
Oh, that
Christ, I gotta climb the stairs.
I saw all of that. It is
You were upstairs.
Yes, I was thinking perhaps you were all sleeping up there. He doesn't elaborate further.
Guy's creepy.
That is the residue of a sort of funnel, I suppose you could call it. An invitation, but I don't know who sent it. The music has changed, yes, Goras.
All right. Thank you.
A funnel?
It is a funnel, yes.
What on earth does that mean?
Things are poured into one side, into another side.
So it is a portal.
Yes, it was. It is the residue that you see up there.
Do you know where it goes?
No, I do not know where it was put. It leads from this place to the other place, though I know. It doesn't lead from a different place to that other place. Definitely, it is on this place that it spilled from into another place. So, if it is anybody who went through, it was a person from this place. He seems very satisfied with himself.
Would a person who goes through from this place have enough time to write a note, or like would it be a surprise, or would it be like, oh boy, I've got time, I better write a note that I'm leaving?
I do not know. Do you ordinarily have no time before you step through a doorway?
Well, you see, it appeared under a bed, so I didn't know if they like fell through it. Like if a door appeared under your bed, you'd fall through it, right?
The bed is still there, is it not? If the bed had fallen through, then wouldn't that be that?
Can beds go through portals or funnels?
I would assume so if the funnel was large enough.
How do you open
Interesting.
it back up again?
I do not know who made it in the first place, so I do not know how it opens again. Perhaps it doesn't. Perhaps another funnel must be made in the other direction. A spill from that other place into this one. That is more or less what we're going to do in a bit.
Well, Antonin's dead. That's it.
Oh, the poor child. I was going to kill him and then I was going to befriend him, and I did. It makes me sad, for it would have been helpful to have him alongside you.
When Asha says that Antonin's dead, Gorish just kind of like curls up in the corner, becomes like just small.
Rip Mr. Goris. The music changes. The music becomes sadder.
Just tiny violins.
There is a... It's more a sound like somebody throwing a violin down a set of stairs, I guess, more than somebody playing the violin. But there is a note of violin in there. If the violin was full of bullfrogs.
Oh.
So, the creature says, I am going to open a funnel that goes from here to the place that the Neverborn have set themselves into, as they are currently planning another excursion into this place for the purpose of killing you. Whatever you are going to find there, they are certainly not aware you are coming.
What did we ever do to them?
I believe you slaughtered the children of Our Lady of the Flames, and so she put a bounty upon your head.
I didn't do anything like that.
I don't know about that. All I know is that those who are in association with each other, who sleep in this place and dream in this place, are those who must be killed mercilessly.
Well, see, then I'm good because I don't sleep.
I don't know anything about that.
I can choose not to sleep, but I like it, so I generally do.
I don't understand why someone would want to sleep.
Yeah, sometimes I do have really weird dreams, but yeah.
So you're going to take us to this other place
Yes,
where we're going to be killed.
that is what they will try to do, certainly.
So why would we not just stay here, where we're not being killed?
They'll come for you eventually. If you go through now, you'll have the advantage of surprise. I chose this time because the Neverborn will not be in the house, only whatever they've been planning, and perhaps their household staff. You can trash their dwelling and make it no longer a habitable place for them. They will no longer be able to attack their contract, and I will get my treasures back. And you may have one.
We do have some experience in making places no longer habitable.
This is true.
I can open the funnel at any time you would like. Would you like to go now, or would you like to write a note before you go?
I don't know how to write.
Well,
Or
there's no
read,
one
for that
left-
matter.
There's no one left to receive a note.
All I know is you were asking about writing a note before you go through, so I thought I would offer the possibility.
I do appreciate that.
So if people who live in this house are targeted, what happens if the house doesn't exist anymore?
I believe so long as there is memory of it and it lives in the dreams of those who live here, it will not be gone. It would be
Oh,
a
boy.
very, very long time for it to be gone.
There are a lot of people whose dreams are probably haunted by this place.
Generations have been haunted by this place.
Indeed.
Well, open it up, I suppose.
All right, he says. Please be very careful. He just sort of expands.
Oh, God.
The floor becomes a massive gleaming blue slime covered in eyeballs and in hands.
I'm going to draw both rapiers before we leave.
A pit opens in the floor as though the floor itself is just giving way underneath the slime, and it becomes a vortex that leads downward, and you hear the sound like a rushing waterfall. You see light down below, like the light of day. You see a building as from above, surrounded by trees. I only warn you, I cannot bring you back until you are at the end. Assuming by end that you have found my treasures. That will be the only way I will have any link to that place unless I go myself or send others, and I do not intend to do that. Then I would certainly die. If you can find a way back to the waking world, that might be a better option.
How would we do that?
I believe most people do it by waking up. I don't
Again,
know
how
what
would we
that
do that?
means. That is only what they say.
I usually wake up when I die in the dreams. Like, that's pretty frequent. Is that a bad idea there?
I don't know.
Okay.
It is probably not a good idea.
Maybe I'll just pinch myself really hard and see if it works.
Perhaps.
I could just slap you a couple of times.
Oh, good idea. Maybe we slap each other. Yes, that makes sense.
Well, I don't
We'll have to-
sleep, so I
we'll have
don't
to
think you
be-
need to slap me.
We'll have to be, no, we all have to slap each other. That's how it works. We'll have to line up and have a hand by each of our faces, and on three, all slap at the same time, or else somebody gets left behind.
Okay.
Perpetual slapping.
Agreed. We will all slap each other.
All right.
Boy, you try that shit with me, I dare you.
Are you jumping through, or are you doing anything else before going?
Did it not just swallow us?
No, it's just a pit.
Just a pit underneath
You can
us?
just not directly under your feet.
Goris jumps in.
Okay.
Boing.
Yeah, like I said, I'm just going to draw both swords in case there's something nasty on the other side,
All right.
and I will follow Goris.
I'll follow.
Okay. Then I'm gonna call a 5-minute break because I forgot to set up the windows of the next map.
All right. Be right back.
So we'll see you guys at 3:36. I am back. Is anybody still missing?
I'm here.
I'm here.
George, are you here?
I never left.
Lovely. So you all jump down into the pit. There is a flash of light, and you are suddenly standing on the gray stone tiles, which are very similar to those that you found at the lighthouse. And there are here and there bits of the ground that have broken away, and you can see the roiling void beneath you. The infinite vastness of space right beneath your feet. Before you is the door to the orphanage. What's lovely is almost all the doors and windows worked perfectly first time around. This is the first time the import has actually done that. But I just realized that the front door to the orphanage processed as a window, so I gotta fix that.
Oh boy.
There we go. Now you see the front door to the orphanage in front of you. It was a window for a moment, then it morphed into a door. Behind you, if you turn around, you see the ground has broken away and falls simply to the cosmos beneath.
Are we supposed to be on a new map, or are you just describing it first?
I did not activate it, did I? There we go.
Thank you.
Hopefully this doesn't crash George's computer. I'm not the
very
greatest
cool.
GM in the world. But yes, you do see the orphanage door in front of you.
Would probably be bad to step on the like space, right? It seems like a bad idea.
Now, the only map that seems to actually give me trouble is the town map.
That's weird.
Yes, everything else just loads really quickly. The town map takes forever for some reason
I
to
wonder
load.
if I selected some really weird settings when I imported it. And yes.
And
This map you should be able to see perfectly in every room without any light sources, so long as you have line of sight to them.
Who's the guy with the mask or the sunglasses? Seeing through the window.
You see a butler with a blindfold on. He's clearly a butler. He's wearing the clothes of a servant of high station, he's poking with what looks like knitting needles at a small string wrapped figure, I suppose, that's lying on a table in front of him.
Well, not to provoke anybody. I'm going to put the swords back in their sheaths for the moment.
All right.
Well, they wouldn't be able to see you anyway.
No, but we know how well yesterday me having sword drawn, worked out for us.
Goris opens the front door.
The door opens.
Shouldn't we have knocked?
You enter, and the familiar smell of the orphanage fills your nostrils. There are cobwebs in the corners. The floor certainly needs a sweeping, but these are the same creaky boards, the same ratty and tasteless carpets that Wrath so loved. The servant lifts his head, not exactly to look in your specific direction, but vaguely toward the door. And he says, "Hello. What are you doing here? We didn't invite anybody."
Well, this is the orphanage. This is our home.
Oh, I
You
see.
belong here.
You do not belong here, sir. You belong somewhere else. You've wandered here by mistake.
No, this feels pretty familiar. I'm pretty sure we belong here.
I think that if you know what's good for you, you will turn and you will jump off of the cliff and you will wake.
Ah, so that is the way out.
Yes, you are dreaming, sir. This is not your home.
Do I still hear the music?
You do not hear the music here.
Yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe I am dreaming.
Is this the strange dream you had before?
Well, this is a little. This is weird. This is like half strange, half not strange. You know?
So the thing he's poking at on the table, what does it look like it is?
It's something the size of a child that's wrapped with. You get a connection more to spider silk now that you see all the spider webs everywhere. And he's poking through the threads and stabbing into it with the needles. It does not move.
Is anything bleeding from it?
It is not.
This doesn't look like the orphanage.
Ah, shit. This does not look like the orphanage to you. It's, of course, the same floors, but, you know, you have no long-held memories of this place. Or of the place that might have inspired this. Salir, there is a heavy door before you. And there is a lock that has... It's sort of a lock. It's got 3 keyholes in a triangular formation. You think you would have an extraordinarily hard time picking it, unless you had 2 assistants who knew what they were doing.
Do you have the keys to this door?
Yes.
Would you mind terribly opening it for me?
I would mind terribly. It is one of my fundamental duties to keep people away from the master's chambers.
And who might that be?
If you don't know who the master is, sir, you certainly do not belong.
I still think that we belong pretty well. This is, like I said,
Yeah.
this is.
How
The
could
or-
you
the
belong if you do
orphanage-
not know who the master is?
The orphanage has had several masters. I'm just not sure which one, in this world this is.
Sir, I tell you again, this is not the place you think it is.
Is the Master Wrath?
Sir, this is not the place you think it is. Ah, shit, you open the door. He does
This
not
door's
stop
unlocked.
you.
Well, he can't see me.
That is very true. He does not react to you opening it. This,
Chosen one, go through here.
you see a boy's room.
Where is Solar?
Soler is to your left. Can you not see him?
I cannot see him.
That's very odd. When I click on your token, he appears.
I am 3 squares to the left of where you are.
Let me send you a
I
screenshot.
don't see him.
Might want to hit F12, not F12, F5 to reload the page, Stephanie.
Okay.
Stephanie, just yeah, duh. I told Stephanie to do that thing.
Mr. Butler, sir, did we get a name from you?
Mr. Butler will do fine.
Mr. Butler, that is my room there. This is the place that I thought it was.
Feel free to rest your head as long as you wish, sir.
Thank you.
If you go no further, I will have no reason to ask you to do anything more. And you will wake eventually. Most do. There's another door to the east here, and it is likewise unlocked.
Gorash, does this look like the orphanage to you?
It does, yeah. This is my room. Oh,
So there, if you step through here, you see a largely open room, and there are windows to the north and the south. And you can see a bit more of the cosmos eating through the ground to the north.
George, you've moved into the other room now.
Did Jordan just die?
I'm like, where did
my-
Doris go?
Your token just grayed out, and I don't see you on the player list anymore.
yeah, my token disappeared from my map, and I tried to reload the page, and it's
Oh dear.
not loading.
I can certainly still hear you through Discord, so you didn't.
Yeah,
Just
no, my
disconnect.
internet's fine.
Okay, well, I'm not going to go any further till Goris returns.
George, where is your token?
I'm about 10 squares to the right of where you're at through that little doorway.
All right, because you were in the middle of the room and then you disappeared.
Oh dear.
That's because I've continued to explore the orphanarium that's not the orphanarium.
Did you open the second door?
The second door should be open, yes.
Yes, I've already opened that. I'm standing in the middle of another
Oh, 'cause
oddly angled room.
I can't open it.
It should be fully open. You should be able to just step through it.
Mm-mm.
Hmm.
Ah, there we go.
Well, he doesn't seem to care that we're wandering, loose here. So
So there, does this look like the orphanage to you?
no, it looks nothing like the orphanage to me.
So
You're back in, but your token is still grayed out.
yeah, and the map is gray as if I don't have a token on the scene.
Let me delete your token and put you back on. Although, it doesn't look like you are registered as being in the map. There you are. Again. Will it let you connect back in? Or I'll delete you and put you back on.
Yeah, I was able to put my own token back on,
Okay.
which I can see and move around, but I don't
Yes.
see my old token.
I just deleted it.
Okay, cool.
That was really weird.
That was very weird.
There's a metal grate with a sturdy lock on it that blocks off this little room down here that has what looks like liquor barrels in it.
You see, this is the orphanage. It's exactly like our liquor cabinet. You said it was locked?
It is locked, yes. Not with the same triplicate lock as the other door that you saw, though. This is a fairly simple lock.
Goras, this looks nothing like the orphanage to me.
I mean, it does to me.
Well, that's why you're the chosen one.
That would make sense, wouldn't it? Back the other way, I guess.
You do not see Anton in the boys' room, by the way.
What is that enormous barrel-shaped thing I'm seeing through the window?
It looks like an enormous barrel to you in a room across the way.
This door's locked as well.
Where are you? That's the one that was locked, yes.
Okay.
So is that just a opening in the wall that goes into the barrel room?
That's a window.
It's a window. Okay. Does it look like something I could climb through?
It's very small. You could certainly try to break it and climb through if you wanted. It is barred by metal, but, that doesn't mean it's unbreakable.
I would like to begin casting suggestion in here and hold it
Okay.
until I see the butler and then release it.
Okay. Can
Will
I
be
get you
constant.
to make me a stealth roll if you're trying to hide it from him? Mm-hmm. Thank you. And you feel pretty stealthy, and you finish preparing casting it.
Right, and then release it and Mr. Butler, sir, we are guests here. You should really get us drinks or something. Refreshments of some kind.
Does he have to make a save against it or anything?
Yes. That is a wisdom saving throw
Okay.
versus DC 16.
All right. Just give me one moment. A drink, of course. That would be the thing to do for guests. What would you like
Yes.
to drink?
The strongest drink you have, please.
All right.
It's been a long journey to get here.
He vanishes from sight.
Just vanishes.
He just vanishes.
I run over to the door that he was at.
All right.
Is it unlocked?
It is unlocked.
I step through and close it behind me.
You close it behind you.
Yeah, rude.
Quick, before he comes back.
He reappears as soon as you close the door. He has a bottle of very fine vodka in his hand, and he has a plate with 3 tiny cups on it, and he places down. He looks around, and he says, "Where did you all go?" He's not looking at you in particular, Solir. He's just aimlessly pointing his face around the room, I should say. And then he pours 3 cups of vodka and returns to poking at the thing on the table.
Congratulations, Chosen One. You've locked us in a closet.
Can you give
I'm-
me a stealth roll, please, Asha? You feel pretty stealthy.
I telepathically communicate with Ashit. We need to be quiet in here. And you can respond to me telepathically while I have that link active.
I stand up on my tippy toes and smack him. Don't you dare do that.
Do you say that telepathically or?
No, you speak to your mouth like a human being. Or whatever the hell you are.
He looks human to you.
An elven being, yes.
Stay the
Well,
hell out of my head, boy.
I can act more human-like if you wish, though.
It would
He
be
is the most
appreciated.
human-looking elf you've ever seen, somehow.
So Solaire's going to come over here and sit down and enjoy
All right.
the refreshments. And,
You have a fine cup of vodka, and you can get 1d6 temporary HP.
and he's going to ask the butler about the thing on the table he keeps poking.
Oh yes, that is a preparation we are making. It will hatch soon enough. It is going to be a thing only heretofore dreamed of. It will be a horrific nightmare. I'm very proud of it.
It's going to hatch.
Yes. It has been hatching a
Interesting.
long time. I have pried from the dreams of almost 300 children. All of them very afraid of spiders and snakes. And I have put all of those fears into this, and when it hatches, it will be lovely.
Fascinating. And can you create other things like this?
Yes, I have created many. My skill is quite renowned. I do not go very cheaply. I'm known for seeing many things, and yes, I'm sorry, it's not often I have someone to talk to. But I can see in other ways than even the Neverborn can. If you meet anyone on the side where you come from who is in need of a familiar who can see beyond, I would appreciate if you would ask them to think of me. If they do, I will find them.
I will certainly mention it to them.
Thank you.
That might be very handy. So, what do you do all day when you're not waiting on the master?
I'm sorry, that's not a consideration we have here. There isn't time here as there is where you come from. We are and we do, that is all there is. Ah shit, you have once more found a window to stare through. That is your passion.
Can I get through this window?
You can see through the window. You
Can I
simply
get
see.
through the window?
You cannot. It is metal barred and it is small. It is. You could potentially. It's not prohibitively small. It would just be tough to get through, but it is metal barred.
Is there glass?
There are 4 glass panes crossed by metal bars, top and left to right.
Chosen one, break that. Oh,
Wait, but there's a door.
there's a door here.
I was gonna listen at the door before we open it. Okay.
Shit, you step into what looks like a dingy kitchen. Goras, you follow.
Yep.
There is an empty pot on the stove.
Yeah, keep going, boy. Keep going.
The butler suddenly cocks his head, Salir. He says, oh, forgive me. We have a couple intruders I need to take care of.
So while he's off to go deal with that, I'm going to.
The butler appears right behind you, Asha. Hello, I am terribly sorry, but I need to ask you to return. Please do not step anywhere there are stones, only where there are woods, where there is wood. If you step one more step, I'm afraid I will have to remove you from the premises.
Oh, did you get our refreshments? Sorry, you took
Yes.
so long. I just sort of wandered off.
Yes, they are available for you. You may drink them at your
okay.
leisure.
Look,
Well,
can you lead us back to where they are?
He slips into the glass and then reappears at the glass right in front of you. Goras. Oh, you know the way back.
Well, you said not one more step, though.
A step backward is acceptable.
Even if it's on stone.
Yes.
Do I have to walk backwards, or can I turn around?
You may turn, so long as you
Okay.
end up where you should.
Oh, Solaire is so very tempted to just knife this thing inside this.
Okay. I didn't set up this window right.
I cannot take this action while the game is paused.
Yep.
Well, this is how he's keeping me from stabbing the thing in the cocoon.
Okay, there we go. I'm sorry, what part of take not one more step further did you interpret as run in the other direction?
It's a big place. I got lost. I'm just an old
No, you didn't.
woman.
You have 3 seconds. 1, 2.
I cannot take the action while the game's paused.
Yes. An eye rises out from under the carpet behind you. Ah, shit.
Hello.
Combat begins. It's the eye thing's turn.
Oh, perfect.
Its flesh peels back and you see several rows of teeth.
Okay. It's time to go back now.
You cannot move, it's not your turn.
Oh. That doesn't seem fair.
It's not at all. Does a 15 hit? I don't think it does.
No.
All right. Were we doing the +1 flanking rule? I can't remember. I think we discussed that before we began.
Think so?
Okay. I believed I suggested it in the basic flanking, and you said, "Oh, the one that we've been doing." I was like, "Oh yeah, that sounds neat."
Yeah, that's one I use, and I think that will work
Okay.
better.
So that a 16 would be that one. Then Stephanie, does a 16 hit?
Yes.
Okay. It sinks its teeth into your robe and tears at it. You take 6 piercing damage.
Do I hear any commotion?
You do not. This is
Okay.
not a very loud encounter at the moment. The butler's very soft-spoken, and his eyes are not much louder. And the butler pulls out a very, very, very long needle from his breast pocket, much, much longer than the pocket, and he tries to impale you with it.
That's not very nice. No, the needle.
13 does not hit.
No.
He pulls out a second one and tries to stab you with that one. Does a 24 hit?
A little bit.
You take 6 piercing damage. Will you return now, please?
I was trying to.
Oh, it didn't seem to me that you were.
I'm going to start, touching this cocoon-shaped thing on the table here and see if I can kind of figure out generally what the shape of the thing is inside of
It
it.
feels like a sock full of mashed bananas and marbles.
Ew.
Ooh, interesting. And you said it was child-sized.
Yes. Stephanie,
Okay.
it is your turn. The other two can do stuff during this combat as they wish.
Does there appear to be a head end of this, or is
There
it just
does, yes.
uniform? Okay.
In fact, honestly, we'll end combat unless you decide to make a break for it or something, Stephanie.
No, I'm trying to get back where I came from. Or trying to find the chosen one. Whichever comes first.
Well, are you going to move?
I've moved.
Will you continue moving, please? Thank you very much, sir.
Did Saleer drink all the vodka, or did he just drink one of the glasses?
Salir, what did you drink?
Just the one.
All right.
All right. Oh, yes, refreshments. Of course, we'll take one.
You can also get 1d6 temporary HP. Thank you
So
very much,
while he's enjoying the refreshments, I'm quickly going to bring him up to date on what the butler told me about this thing on the table.
Yeah, I see. Interesting.
So it turns out he's serious about not wandering around the house, guys.
Yeah, okay. I figured that much. That's why I came back here.
Well, that's why you're the chosen one.
If that's why, it's weird. Was I chosen retroactively in time because of this event?
God damn it. I'll take that drink.
All right. Can I get you anything else?
So,
You are guests, after all.
I did have a question.
Yes.
You said we could wander wherever there's wood, not stone.
Yes.
Well, I saw through a window over in the room with the liquor cabinet that there's a wooden floor room that I cannot get to. How do I access that one?
Oh, you're not supposed to be there.
Well, it's a wooden floor.
It is, yes. You would have to step on a place that isn't to get there, though.
What if I
That's not
went in through a
acceptable.
window?
I don't know. I wasn't told anything regarding that.
Oh, okay.
I think so long as you don't step on the stone, I don't have to stop you.
Goris is already gone. Like, oh, okay. No rules on windows. Got it. Ashad, you can stare into as many windows as you like.
A deer head on the wall stares back at you, Goris. It licks its lips.
I try to open the window.
The window does not open.
Which direction did Goris go? I didn't
To the
see.
east.
Okay, thank you.
I don't suppose we could get around this by laying wood on the stone.
Oh, that's smart, Asha. Good idea.
Like, how bright is this butler?
Well, right now he's still sitting across from me. If you guys want to do anything,
Oh, he can just appear wherever.
oh, can he? Okay, because he walked away before when he went to go find you all.
I'm telling you this through several walls.
Okay, I was not aware he could pass through walls.
Oh yeah, sorry, he just disappeared from your sight earlier, Solir. I just
Okay.
dragged him so that he would go where I wanted him to.
Well, I wonder if he can pass through walls. Perhaps the walls aren't actually there since this is a dream thing, and we can just pass through the walls.
Try walking into a wall, see what happens.
Gorsh tries to walk into the window.
Your face hits the window. There's a bonking sound.
Chosen one, break this window.
Well, he didn't say anything about breaking windows. Do you think that's all right? Would you allow breaking windows in the orphanage?
It's not my orphanage.
Yes, it is.
This isn't.
Well, it's your orphanage. Why can't you open the window?
This is not my orphanage, and that is not my butler.
Pretty sure it is.
Have you tried commanding the butler? Oh, I'm sorry, I'm not with you guys.
Goras is literally bouncing off the walls.
Gorhas, break the window.
I look for a rock.
You find a rock.
You don't have a weapon or anything.
I use magic. I, of course, lift the rock with my mage hand
Yep.
and just try to push it through the window.
You smash one of the 4 panes of the window. There's a hole, like, big enough for you to get both your arms through, I guess.
Is there a latch on the window?
There is not.
Can I send my mage hand into the room to open the door on the far side?
Yes, you can.
Is it locked?
No.
No.
And you see there's a little bit of a drop off, and then you see water on the far side.
So why can't he climb through the window?
Because it's not big enough for him to get through.
I shall become a rat.
All right, 1 second. I'm gonna open up paint. I'm gonna just draw for you guys what the windows look like. All right, can definitely get through though.
Ashit, why didn't you tell us that we had a pool at the orphanage this whole time? Where is it hiding? In not Dreamland.
This is not the real orphanage.
Yeah, this is the Dream Orphanage, but like it is the orphanage, so like
I don't run the dream orphanage.
but the Dream Orphanage is clearly reflecting the real orphanage, so this has to be somewhere.
I don't think it is, though.
It's not entirely to scale, but you know, it's a window.
That is Goras's posture at all times.
Spine like a question mark.
That's a medical issue you should have looked at.
It's a sign that he's the chosen one.
Oh,
It's like a cross between psychosis and scoliosis.
psychosis.
So you become rat. I'm not gonna change your token.
Ooh.
Okay.
Oh, hold on. What can I do this? 1 second. Can I change you from a medium creature?
Oh. Ashit.
No,
I
it doesn't
speak
work like
into the rat's head.
I give him a very angry rat look.
We can still communicate like this even while you're running around in there. This is good.
Can I actually communicate back with him?
That depends on the ability.
You and the chosen creature can speak telepathically with each other while you two are within a number of
Oh my God,
miles
I'm
equal to
tiny.
your charisma modifier. To understand each other, you must speak in a language each other knows.
Fan-freaking-tastic.
I love how the token options let me go down to 0.2 scale on the slider, but then it doesn't actually let me go down to 0.2 because 0.25 is the minimum. But the scale
kinda
doesn't
weird.
actually lock to 0.25, and I can't manually input a value in.
That's weird.
So the deer looks at you and says, "Greetings, rat."
Give him a tiny wave.
The tiger head looks at you and says, "Greetings, rat.
Hello.
I will
saying
answer your
rat.
3 questions," says the tiger. "And I will grant you 3 wishes," says the deer.
Well, I can't speak.
Oh, you can't.
Gorath, just come in here.
It's too. I can't.
Break the rest of it.
But that doesn't. I'd have to break like the pane, not the panes, like the bits between too, the framing.
You can't figure that out?
I
As
guess I'll
the
try.
chosen one?
I'll try.
All right, so it is metal. What are you going to try?
I'm looking through stuff. We'll see. We'll see what Goris is gonna sit there and just like think so hard that like steam starts to rise from his head a little bit and try and figure it out.
It's
Lovely.
made of metal.
The crossbar
Why?
of the window is made of metal because people made these windows, didn't want people getting through, I suppose. They were very conscientious about dreaming.
Dear, can you understand me?
The deer does not respond. I'm sorry, yes he does. Of course he does. Why wouldn't he?
I
Oh,
don't
yes?
know.
What are your 3 wishes, rat?
Chosen one.
You wish to be the
yes.
chosen one.
Did you hear that?
Yeah, he's asking for your wishes.
What are we wishing for?
For all the windows to disappear. I don't know.
Is that your wish?
I wish for you to take the butler out.
I'm afraid that is not possible.
Well, what kind of wish giver are you?
I have no authority over
Oh,
those
the butler.
who are here.
The butler came in through the windows before, didn't he? What if we just, if we took out all the windows in the entire place? I wonder if that means he'd not be able to move as well.
I wish for the ability to walk on stone.
I cannot grant that either. That is outside the rules of the house.
This deer is the worst wish giver
Wait,
I've
did
ever met.
the deer deny the window idea though? Because I still think that's an idea.
Okay, what was the window idea?
Just make all the windows in the house like just open, like not actual windows, like just open holes in the wall.
Can you make all the windows in the house able to be passed through?
Able to be passed through in what manner?
Vacant holes. No windows, no bars.
As you wish. The holes all become... Sorry, the windows all become holes the size of a rat can go through.
Jesus Christ.
There's a little set of stairs that leads up from the floor to the hole.
I said no windows, no glass, no
You
bars.
said holes. That is a hole that you can walk through. You can pass to any room you desire now.
Can you remove all the window panes and all the window bars?
They are all
from the
removed.
house?
1 second, let me give you another picture.
Did he just
This
make
is-
the window a wall with a little hole in it?
Oh shit, this will still work. We can still move you from window to window and you can go exploring. Ooh, the water. I could freeze a block of it like I did that one time and you could ride on it like a rat on a boat.
I don't think I was there for that.
Oh, right, that was Wrath. Well, I can freeze water. It's very cool.
Rat for scale.
Just out of curiosity, since
Yes.
my character doesn't sleep, does he have any sense of how he can quote unquote wake up to go back to the other side?
You have... As an elf, you can have effectively daydreams while you're trancing, and you can wake up from those.
Okay. Good to know, just in
Yes.
case I do something incredibly stupid in a minute.
Dear, can you make Gorath the size of a rat?
Is that your second wish?
Sure.
Very well, Goras is now the size of a rat. Goras, you become tiny.
Problem solved.
Oh, this can't
Is it
possibly
three
go
wishes?
wrong.
Is it 3 wishes each or 3 wishes total?
You have 3 wishes.
I try to climb through the hole in the wall, but
There is
was-
a little set of stairs that formed from the ground to the hole, so you can just walk up the stairs.
Every single window is now a tiny hole with.
Yeah.
Can
stairs.
you bring me
Sorry.
through? Yay!
So
You did it, Asha. You did it.
the window next to the table where I'm sitting, is
Yeah,
that
those ones
changed
too,
too?
bro.
That did become a mouse hole in the side of the wall with a little set of stairs going down from it.
Does the butler seem to have noticed this?
It seems they have found the wishing deer. I am a little perturbed at their choice of wish, but it is not for me to judge.
Do I get wishes too?
There's a wishing deer.
There's a wishing deer, yes. It is for the master's use. I don't think he's used it yet, though. They're still working on him. He's not quite right yet. But
In what respect?
I don't think I'm supposed to tell you much more. You could ask the wishing tiger, not the wishing tiger, the answering tiger. He could tell you. I don't think he has any restrictions. And
Good to know.
the deer tells you, Goras, you have 3 wishes, small creature. Beware the parameters close. The integrity of the dream must not be compromised. With every wish, the integrity shakes. The water would go over your head, Goras.
Well, if you swim.
He can swim, yes. I hope.
I think we established Goris doesn't know how.
Well, yeah, but rats do.
You
Fair.
could swim as a rat, yes.
If I make a 5-foot cube of ice, that's massive for us.
Yes.
So
Are you now Rat Omar? The rat incarnation of Wrath.
I mean, if we swim, we're not walking on the tiles or the stone.
is there a master key to this place? I ask just generally into the room, I guess.
Ask the tiger.
The tiger's ears perk up. Says, the butler carries one key, the master carries the other. The second key, the master key, is the one that would ordinarily allow you access to us. Except for your vandalism, which was quite clever. The one which the butler carries allows entrance into the more restricted areas of the house. But I have to imagine that you don't need access to those.
It allows access, as in we're then allowed to be there if we possess it.
Is that your
Is that how
second
this
question?
works? Yes.
I do believe if you possessed the key, the authority of butlership would indeed pass to you. For the
Dear, I
butler
wish for
is
the
only the
key.
one who carries the keys. What was that?
Dear, I wish for the key.
I cannot grant you that, for the butler falls outside my purview.
Dear, I wish for a copy of the key.
Your wish is granted. A copy of the key, which is far bigger than you, appears next to you.
There we go.
Be warned, this key does not give you the authority of the butler, though it will open any locks which the original key could.
So you said there were 2 keys, but we saw a door with 3 locks.
Yes.
It's not a question, it's just a statement.
Yes. I can tell you no more. I am only a wishing deer. The tiger looks at you hopefully.
Tiger, what's behind the door with the 3 locks?
That leads further into the house.
No kidding.
It would allow you access to the master, and to the master's chambers, and to the master's treasures. And most of them.
I do have a question.
Oh yes, what is your question?
Just how strong is the butler? And side question that is just really a part of that question and an augmentation to that question. Do you think we could take him?
The butler has never lost a combat. The butler
Chorus.
has not often combated.
Chosen rat.
I'm not a rat.
You should... Oh no, you're
I'm just
not.
tiny. I'm just small.
Tiny Goras.
I do believe that your party, if working together, could defeat the butler. I highly doubt you could permanently destroy his essence.
Tiny Grass,
Yes.
I used my wishes. Can you wish for the blob's artifact?
The blob's artifact?
The thing that we came here for, to get for him.
I thought we came here to
Well,
mess the place up and make it in. Well, I look
Well,
at the deer and the tiger and say,
Okay,
"Do you have client confidentiality?"
Before we go any further, I need to track who has wished and asked what. Asha, you've asked 3 wishes. You've
And-
asked at least
and
one
one
question. Okay,
I've asked 3 questions and no
Okay.
wishes.
gotcha.
And I'm curious, did we go through this door before?
1 second, let me scroll back.
I seem to be able to see inside the little room where there's a bunch of barrels. I just don't know if we went through that door or
You
not.
did not go through it. The lock is not the triplicate lock, it is just a heavy lock. You think you could get it open.
Grass, well, we're not supposed to also get the items that belong to the blue friend.
My memory is terrible. Sorry. Probably. I think you are right. If you remember it, then yes.
Then wish for those. Then we can leave through the window, torch the place, and jump off a cliff. It's a flawless plan.
I wish for the blob's artifact.
I cannot grant those, for they are the treasures of the master granted by the Lords Neverborn.
I thought that might be the case.
You need to redefine your name and or title.
Well, if he doesn't have power over the butler, I doubt he'd have power to turn me into a master of the establishment. He couldn't even give us the key that turned us into a butler.
This is an interesting sentence.
This one for the D&D quote book.
No, I'm going to try and open the lock then.
All right, can you, so long as you have your thieves' tools, can you give me dexterity with proficiency, please? Which you probably could just use, let me see, acrobatics as a proxy for that. You easily get the lock open.
And what does it, I'm going to open the door and see what's
All right.
inside there.
You see barrels. One of them, there's a bit of liquid on the floor next to it. So you assume that the butler must have just recently got vodka from it.
Nice.
I wish for 1,000 temporary HP. Beautiful. Are you going to try to go in or do anything with the room, Salir?
No, I don't think so. I was just curious what was
Okay.
behind this locked door. And if it just looks like, kegs and barrels of alcohol.
Yeah. And that is
Then no.
that is in fact what it looks like.
Since the floor appears to be stone, I don't want to irritate the butler at the moment.
Understandable.
Tiny Grass,
Just Goras will do.
we should go. We can save your wishes.
Well, that's what I'm wondering. If we leave and come back, can I make more wishes later, or do I have to make them before leaving this room?
You have 3 wishes.
I don't think it resets when you leave the room.
Well, I don't know if we lose them by leaving.
Well, we can go.
Would you
now.
like to know if you lose them by leaving? Asks the tiger.
How many more well, I guess I can't ask that without...
You can ask the deer that. He'd probably tell you that for free.
Would you tell me that for free, Mr. Deer?
The deer looks apologetically at the tiger.
Oh,
Your wishes will remain if you leave the room.
Thank you, Mr. Deer.
we
I-
can go peek through
wait,
a lot of windows.
How many times can I ask the tiger something?
Would you like to know the answer to that question? Asks the tiger.
Well, obviously, if he's offering to answer that, I still have some questions left, so...
It's 3.
Yeah, you don't have any questions.
Oh, yeah, I've asked 3 things, so I guess I don't have any more questions left.
The tiger actually looked at Stephanie when you said that.
Oh, I see. What if
Ask the
we?
tiger what will happen if you ask him one more question.
I
I want to
think
see if
that
he explodes.
that's what just did happen. I asked the question, and
Ask
he
him.
asked you if you wanted the answer instead.
Oh.
I'm gonna freeze a 5-foot
Okay.
cube of ice in here.
You freeze a 5-foot cube of ice.
I
Do you
step
have
out
any
onto
idea
it.
how many windows we could go peek through right now?
Yes, but look, I can get us across
So-
here.
If it's a 5-foot
Yes,
cube
you're
of
very
ice, does
special.
that mean it's going to be like 2.5 feet above the surface of the water?
Yeah, you-
I can
It doesn't have
freeze.
to be the entire 5-foot cube, just up to 5-foot cube. You can just make a little.
Oh, gotcha.
Right.
Yes.
All right.
How are you planning on propelling us?
I choose an area of water you can see within range that fits within a 5-foot cube. Yeah. Okay.
You could have
the
your
area-
mage hand behind us, just paddling.
I don't think that quite is how telekinesis works.
That's exactly how telekinesis works.
An
Uh,
eye
if we
pops
are-
up out of the water and stares at you.
We're not.
Yes,
stepping
hello.
on the stone.
It does not respond.
Hi. I say telepathically.
It does not respond. The butler sniffs Solaire. He says, I do believe the others are trying to game the system. I'm interested to see how far they can get. Would you like some tea, perhaps?
I have a wish.
No, I'm good for the time being, thank you.
All right. What is your wish? Asks the deer.
Can you make all of those wall and floor eyes go away?
I cannot. They are the purview of the butler, I'm afraid.
That's unfortunate. Okay.
Can you turn all the stone into wood?
I cannot.
Can
That
you
would be
cover
to
all the-
fundamentally alter an aspect of the house.
Is Asha tiny enough that I could just pick her up with my mage hand?
Yes.
Yes,
You can pick yourself up with your mage hand, I think.
Yes.
you've achieved flight.
The age-old question, which is better, flight or telekinesis?
If the mage hand could pick us both up, we could just fly around.
Just make a tiny disc of ice and lift that. And we'll both be on it.
I will
just have
show
it
you the
fly us around
orphanage.
like a hand-shaped magic carpet. We won't step on any stone. We won't break any rules. It's perfect. I suggest this all to you.
These keyholes here, are they the old style that you can look straight through?
They are not. You can see a complex mechanism behind them.
Oh, that's disappointing.
And I'm going to take this opportunity to share my mage hand into chat in case people have forgotten what it looks like from
Oh God!
from Dotaro.
Perfect. Can I lay out my tiny bedroll and then make that fly like a flying carpet?
You may indeed.
Okay.
Wow, that mage hand is pretty awesome.
It's very menacing.
Rip, Mr. Dotaro.
All right. Well, I'll let the water unfreeze, and we'll
right.
just fly on the magic flying bedroll.
Okay. Where would you like to go?
I'll head over here.
Okay.
Looking this way.
The eye does not move, it just follows you. Asha, are you going along on the magic carpet?
hmm
Lovely.
All right, fly up here.
You see through here a big ol' stone archway on top of an altar of some kind, and there is a crackling disk of purple white energy that burns within it. You can see through it, your reflection heavily distorted. You think you can see the shapes of it looks like shadows cast by humanoids through the disc on the wall behind it, but you cannot see what might be casting the shadows.
This is weird. Asha, what if you asked the tiger what this thing is?
Well, we're not over there anymore.
Well, I could take us back. That's what I'm asking you if you want to do that or if you want to save your question.
No, we can go.
Would you
Take us
like
back.
to know whether that would be a good idea?
No, I want to
I
know
wonder-
what it is.
I wonder if we can wish for more wishes or for more questions.
You can't, says the deer.
Oh.
I've
Okay.
tried.
Okay, I will go back into the room to ask the tiger, I guess.
Okay. What is your question? Asks the tiger.
Tiger, what is the thing in the other room with the purple glowy bit?
That is the Master's mirror. It is what allows him communication with the Neverborn. It is what will allow him passage when the time has come. It is what the old master of the house used, but he is a different thing now in a different place. I think he is in the mirror now. That part is not known to me.
Chorus, it sounds like we should destroy that.
I think so, yeah, but do you think we should get Salir to catch up with us first? Should we make him tiny?
He won't know why.
Would you like to become your friend Tiny? Asks the
Well,
deer.
I think maybe I should ask his permission first.
Would you like to know if you should ask his permission?
I mean, I'd like to know, but I don't think I have any questions remaining.
This is the most annoying tiger.
Imagine that you had to give people answers when there was a magical wish-granting deer in the room. I think you'd be a little annoying at the end of that, too.
Hey, I want to pop through this window.
Same.
Pop back through this window. Where is he? Soler, come here.
So there, you see a tiny little...
You're a rat.
Well, I
You
squeaked.
can, yeah. Salir, Oshit says, come here.
You see a tiny little carpet? It has a rat and it has a tiny Goras on it.
What the hell happened to you?
We've been having adventures. Come on. There's no time to explain. Get in the car.
I'm not getting in any car. What the hell happened?
Magic. Yeah, come this way, Salir. Also, I'll just assume that Goris is just speaking for Oshit
Yep.
at all times.
You two look like you've been having a fun time.
You know, it's interesting. The orphanage looks more like I remember it like this. I remembered it so much larger than it was when I visited it before.
It's not the orphanage, you know.
But you know what? Agree to disagree.
All right.
Salir, come on, let's go.
Where do you want to go?
We're gonna catch you up.
Come on. There's a tiger and a deer. Let's go.
Yes, I know about the tiger. The butler already told me about the
Do you
tiger.
want to just stay here and hang out with the stupid butler? Or do you want to be tiny? With us?
Can you all switch back
As
to
long
being
as,
full
Probably.
size?
as long as we keep a wish.
Are you sure they'll switch you back?
If we jump off the cliff tiny, we will probably come back in our world normal size.
You know, this is so much more convenient than being normal size, I gotta say.
It is pretty good. Didn't you notice what happened to all the windows?
Yes, both the butler and I noticed what happened to all the windows.
Well, we can get through.
Well,
them
at
now.
least the
We have
window.
to be tiny. Let's go.
I
We're
want to
just
get
gonna
through.
leave without you.
I'm trying to figure out how to get through the door, not through the window.
Oh my god. We're leaving. Let's go.
Well, we offered.
I'm frantically trying to see if they're what the mechanical implications of having tiny PCs is. I know there are good reasons why Wizards doesn't let people do them. I just can't remember what they are.
We need to pop through these windows.
I know you can all just swarm in one space. That's that's all I know. All right. So you guys are flying back.
Yep.
Mr. Deer, we wish that Solaire was also tiny on this carpet.
You don't have any wishes.
Goras wishes that.
Goras,
He
what do
told
you
me.
wish?
I don't want to do something Slayer doesn't want to do. No.
We might
Ooh.
need him.
In case you have forgotten, I remind you, you have 3 wishes.
Okay. Let's go, Ashit.
Okay.
We did offer to have him come with us.
Well, yes, but we can also force him to come with us.
That does sound like a very Ashit thing to say, yes.
We gave him a chance to do it willingly.
So,
Is this door locked?
It is not locked. Yes,
So
George.
Can
The
we
door-
open doors?
the door that I'm in front of here, how closely fit is it to its frame? Can I see underneath it at all?
One moment. That's the triplicate one.
Yeah.
You cannot see through it at all. The frame is tremendously thick and looks like it is all one seamless piece of metal that overlaps the edges of the floor and the walls in the ceiling.
Okie dokie.
It has runes very thinly cut into it that have a shimmering purple glow. Yes, it's
Can
a
I
very
read
fine
them?
door. What languages do you know? 1 second. No, you
Common,
cannot.
Elvish, and can't. Okay.
It's a very fine door. It's a property of the finest smiths in the Dreamland. I believe it's built from the despair of prisoners who haven't seen the light of day in decades.
It is a very fine door. I've been admiring it. And the locking mechanisms. I've never seen the like.
If it was acceptable for me to show you, I would gladly, but I cannot. If you would like to meet the one who built it, perhaps you could visit the deepest level of the long-forgotten Bastille that I believe exists in your place, but I can't remember where. It's a place that hasn't been in use for over a century, but all the prisoners who were consigned there remained in their cells and rotted. I believe their ghosts haunt the place. If you look for stories of the most haunted prison, that will probably be where you can find it. Simply sleep there in the darkest, deepest place, and you should cross over to the other side and meet its maker.
No, thank you. If I ever find myself there, I think I will try that.
Goris and Asha, in this room, you see a bed that's very similar to Wrath's bed. It's got a skull sitting on a pillow. You see no other human remains in here.
Is this Wrath's skull?
You cannot tell at a glance what Wrath's skull looks like.
Should we go out this window?
I mean, we could. There were other doors, though.
Okay, fine.
Is this one locked here?
Oops, so let me do one of these. That is a metal grate. You should be able to see through it. And you can see on the other side, sitting in the water, are 2 chests. One has a handful of coins scattered across the top of it.
Are we small enough to pass
You
through the ring?
are small enough to pass through the bars, yes.
Well, I guess we can try and go through the chests then, if we can open them. Or are they locked too?
If you are going through, 1 second.
Yeah, Goris would go through. I guess and take Ashit with him because
I don't think Asha has
Oh
a
yeah,
choice.
you're driving this thing.
You have to roll yourselves up like a burrito to get through, but you can do it. The chests have the same lock as the grate, which is a big, heavy lock.
Okay, maybe we do need Salir here.
Well, don't we have a key?
Good point. Wait, no, we left it back there. It was too big.
What? No, I assume we took it with us.
No, it was bigger than dust.
This is not the. This lock does not go to that key, clearly.
Send the mage hand back to get it.
It doesn't work that way, and we would go into the water.
The coins on top of the chest on the right are silvery, and they each have a purple rune emblazoned that shines light if its face is pointing upward.
Are they all the same?
They do look all the same, yes.
Should we take some of these with us?
They're like the size of your head.
Maybe we could tuck some coins into the bedroll.
Okay.
I wonder if we have them on us when we turn back large, if they will become extra large.
Hmm.
So I guess I'll tuck as many coins into the bedroll as I can fit.
All right. So when you
Only a
touch the
couple.
first one, the light flashes bright and explodes in a shockwave outward.
Oh boy.
Maybe don't
Can
do
both of you make me dex saving throws, please? At disadvantage. Alright, you both fail and take 1d4 force damage. And the chest suddenly shivers and stands up on a pair of legs.
Oh, hello. Sorry, I didn't know you were. Yes. Hi.
One moment, says the butler. I believe I'm needed for something.
All right.
Two eyes appear on the face of the chest and then pop out and loom staring at the two of you.
Goris, we should leave.
The butler's legs disappear as he sinks into the ground, by the way, Salir. And then his arms just vanish as a pair of arms come out from the chest here.
Goris, throw it in
Interesting.
reverse, chosen one.
Do we have time to?
You have time for nothing but combat at the moment. You can
That's
run.
what I thought.
The fitted eye thing's turn is first. And I did not. It shouldn't be a dagger. That should be. It doesn't matter. It's mechanically the same. It has a dagger-like teeth, and that shouldn't have been disadvantage, but whatever. That was the 10. Does a 14 hit Goras?
Mm-hmm.
All right. That's 6 piercing damage.
All right.
Goras, it's your turn.
I try to wiggle us out the door.
All right. You can wiggle out the door. Both of them will get attacks of opportunity. The fitted eye
All right.
thing will try to attack you, Goras.
Can I take? I guess I said wiggle out before I said disengage. So.
You
Yep.
can disengage. Just you don't disengage for Stephanie, unfortunately.
That's fair.
But he takes me with him.
You do take. You will take Asha with you, unless Asha wants to dive into the water to
No, I'd rather
avoid
not.
the swoop. Okay.
So the butler's completely disappeared.
His torso is still there, and his head is still there.
But his eyes are not.
Well, he has a
He's got
blindfold on.
on.
Okay. So I have no idea. All
These
right.
eyes are, to be fair, considerably larger than. I mean, they're like medium-sized eyes. Considerably larger than they should be in his head. 6 does not hit, I assume, Asha.
Mm-mm.
The other one will attack. Does a 19 hit?
Yes.
It hits for 5 piercing. And then the two of you are as free as Goras's movement will allow you.
So will
Yeah,
my movement or my
Can we
mage hand
dash?
movement?
That's a very good point.
So-
What is your mage hand's mechanics as far as this goes?
So with the telekinetic feet, the range is increased to 60 feet, but I think it still has a speed of 30 feet. I
Right.
can move it 30 feet each time I. Yeah.
Okay, let
So
me
30
pull
feet, I
up-
guess, which is my normal movement, I guess.
Okay.
So it works.
I'm trying to pull up mage hand. So
It would be
Like-
my action to control it, so I guess
Yes.
I couldn't have disengaged anyways.
you're a rogue, though, right?
Nope.
Oh, yep, you're a sorcerer. Why did I think you were a rogue? Because, of course, your last character was a rogue. So, yes, you can disengage, but you were not able to move. Unless you want to toss your mage hand and just run/swim.
No, my intention was to get through the grate, so I guess
Okay.
the mage hand would take priority then.
Okay, well, we can still just say that they both attacked Ashit for the sake of it.
That works.
They don't.
Okay.
They don't know specifically that you're the one controlling it.
Ashit would probably be at the back anyways when I turned around, so like.
I'm going to attempt to pick up that cocoon thing. How heavy does it seem to be?
Not very heavy. You can pretty easily pick it up with one hand.
Okay.
Less heavy than a child would be.
Did the butler react to that at all?
He does not.
Okay, I'm going to set it back down on the table for a moment.
Okay. Would you like to do anything else?
No, I just wanted to see how easily that was to pick up.
Okay. Yeah, you can do it very easily. It's very soft. It still has the feeling of marbles and bananas.
Mulgoris would use his movement to get out of the room then, or
Okay.
the mage
Yeah,
hand's
so
movement to get
I'll
out.
move you.
Thank you. All right, so got 25 feet remaining. I guess that's as far as I could get.
All right.
And pass turn.
All right. The sacrificial eye. I don't. Perhaps Ashit was looking back and sees it sink not into the water, but into. It's like it sinks into the surface of the water and vanishes. And then rises up from the surface of the water rather than from the water itself. And appears right behind you. And it is going to try to bite you, Ashit. Does a crit. And that is 7 piercing. Oh, shit.
This always works super well in Ferdinand's game.
Oh, no. Are you going to turn into a bear?
No.
Oh, a tiny bear would be amazing.
Well, it would be a full-size bear, wouldn't it?
That's a-
I don't know.
Yes, because you're not tiny. You just turned into a rat.
That's true.
Can you cast as a rat?
You cannot cast unless you're a super high level, what's-its-face
Right.
druid.
I'm not a what's-his-face druid.
Is it moon druids that can cast in wild shape at high level?
I think any druids can. It just
Gotcha.
is stronger with min druids because they have good combat forms.
Yep.
I forgot I had just turned into a rat. I wasn't
Yep.
wished into a rat.
You can
Shoot.
bonus action unturn into a rat, I think.
I think I can.
Let me look at wild shape.
On a side note,
No,
Steph,
because I'm not a moon druid.
Gotcha.
That's only a bonus action for them.
on a side note, Steph, these two might be good ones to consult with. What you might want to be able to turn into over in Aaron's game.
Yeah, so I can't turn into a bear.
Um,
I don't think. Shoot, I've never been a not moon druid.
okay. Now, you can go Super Saiyan with your spore form instead of using a wild shape.
Yes.
Okay. Da-da-da-da-da-da.
Yeah, I can only go up to CR 1/2. No bear.
Right.
Yeah, I can't do much as a rat, but I don't want to lose,
Just free HP.
well, no, I can't. Like, if I turn back into normal size, I will be on the stone and
Right.
probably call more of these things. So I have to stay a rat and I have to stay on the flying carpet,
Gotcha.
which means I can't do much.
You could disengage
Okay.
or dodge or something. I don't know.
I've never really disengaged, but I'll do that.
You disengage,
I know how that works.
You now cannot be hit by, or rather targeted by, I believe, opportunity attacks.
I totally knew that's how that worked.
It's the fitted eye thing's turn. The fitted eye thing is going to attack you, Goras. Does a 20 hit?
Yep.
5 piercing. Goras's turn.
Of course, we need to get outside.
Yep. I'm gonna go here,
All right.
which is 15 feet.
Right. They will both make their attacks of opportunity against you.
Yep.
Is that a hit?
Yes.
Okay. 3 piercing. The other one.
Hit.
6 piercing.
Tiny Gorse is not doing so hot, but he will leave the building.
All right. I'll move you.
And then I've got 15 more feet of movement, so I'll just. Is this building one story?
This is all one story.
I'll just go 10 feet straight up
All right.
then, and try to get away from the building in general.
Okay. Is there a way I can denote height on here? I can't remember. Oh, you've got it already. Thank you.
Yep. On the if you right click a token above the gear, there's like a
Gotcha.
number you can
I
set.
see.
Damn, that's useful.
Yeah.
All right. Combat
And-
ends.
Okay.
Solir, what are you doing? The butler's limbs pop back into place. Oh, it seems they got out of where they were supposed to not be. Good for them.
Where were they?
Oh, they were putting their hands on some treasure that belongs to the master.
Ah, well, they do like their treasure.
They are not dead, though. I scared them off.
Ashad, maybe we should. I mean, go take care of the butler. You know what I mean? Like, the tiger did say he thinks that maybe we could do it if we all work together.
You don't want to look around a little more.
I mean, if we look around a little more, we could do that. Could happen again, and that would be bad. I can't really do much while I'm flying us around like this, except run away. And while running away, I took quite. Is my shoulder still all there? It's
got a lot of puncture
There.
wounds.
Suck it up, boy. You're fine.
I feel like Swiss cheese.
As long as we don't touch anything, we're fine. Maybe stop trying to steal things.
But it was so pretty.
Maybe stop trying to steal.
Okay, but just think, if we kill the butler, then we get the special key, and then we could just go wherever we want.
Do you look like you're in a position to kill a butler?
If we all work together, yes. Maybe we could. Maybe we can get the drop on him, and like, I can drop a spell on him right as we start, and I don't know.
Fine, but get Solir to us so we can.
Well, we go to Solir and attack him, like, you know, like just wham.
Well, they're sitting in there having drinks together. I don't think he's.
I think if we attacked him, he'd join in. I feel like he's reasonable enough for that.
Fine, take us back.
I don't think he would take the butler's side. I mean,
Take us back to the room next to him. I can at least patch you up.
and I'll fly us into this window here.
Are you both here? Yeah, let me adjust your height. There you go.
Did I lose any health as... Oh, shit, I did.
You shouldn't have, should you?
Yeah, the first one, because I forgot Rat had separate
Yeah.
HP.
How much HP does Rat have? Probably not much. Let me see here.
Oh, you might not be Rat. Then.
Oh, yeah, we, probably should have done that fight completely differently because you probably turned back into Usha and then fell into the water back there. We're gonna. I'm
I did
not.
not consider that until this moment.
I don't know if I have the mental energy to ratcon that. Rats have 1 HP, so the very first time you got hit, you should have turned back into Usha.
Beautiful. We're geniuses.
And we have to retcon it unless you want to just
Rat got it.
use up more wild shapes to be able to have gotten through the holes.
Yeah, I would have had. Yeah, I mean, I have 2.
Okay. I'm not going to worry about much more of the logistics. We're just gonna have to say you had to. How many times did you get hit? Ugh. A stream exists. I could look at that after. Yeah, let me look back at the feed.
More than twice.
Because when you neither of you passed the saving throw, so you took at least 1 damage from the exploding coin. So you should still be stuck inside the treasure room. Unless you turned into a thing right then, which we can say you did.
Yeah,
And you can have gotten out. And then...
we would have been over there on the other side of the room.
yeah, you got hit at least once more.
Didn't Goris get hit the rest of the times?
He got hit twice as you were outside there. Asha got hit once, I believe, again before even leaving the room from attack of opportunity.
Gotcha.
So we will say that Ashit used up both additional wild shapes, and we'll just leave it as it is now.
Okay. Thank DM.
Welk other players. You are currently rat, and you have 1 quote-unquote temporary HP. I think, maybe, I don't know. We're going to say that time is convoluted, and you have your current HP, are a rat, and have 1 rat HP.
We are in a dream state.
You are in a dream state, yes. Sometimes you're a rat, sometimes you're not.
Are we all just really rats when it comes down to it?
The real rats are the eyes we bit along the way.
Yes. What?
Yeah. So what are you guys gonna do?
Solaire. Squeak, squeak.
I speak in Salir's head. Ashit says squeak, squeak.
And I'm just going to communicate back to Goris there and ask him what he wants.
Come over here into this room with us. Just, you know.
We won't make you tiny.
I'll be right there.
They're planning something. Be very careful what you help them with. It could be a terrible idea. It probably is.
They're always planning something.
He takes another sip of
These
vodka.
two are just another, source of anguish for me.
Understandable. Hopefully you'll forget it all when you wake.
Oh, yes. Hi, Salir.
Before you start, he's already aware you're planning something.
That's just a lucky guess.
fine. I mean, so I'm telepathically communicating.
Yep.
We about the tiger, right? The answering tiger.
Yes, the butler told me about the answering tiger.
The answering tiger thinks that we could take the butler in a fight if we all work together.
Maybe because you're with the butler.
Why are we fighting the butler?
Because the butler, if we take the butler out, then we can go wherever we want. And we get his key, which makes us the butler. That's what the answering tiger said, and gives us the authority to go wherever we want.
The key opens all 3 of the locks on that door.
I think so, but also, even if it doesn't open those locks, it means that we won't get caught running around where we're not supposed to be, because we are the butler now.
An interesting idea. Did he give you any, did the answering tiger give you any idea of how best to attack the butler?
No.
We can go ask him. We have questions left.
Well, I mean, Salir would have to become tiny to go in there, but you could ask questions, I guess.
I can
Well-
ask questions, and Solaire has wishes. You have wishes.
Well, so there's still not convinced that you all can restore him to normal size, so he's just going to go back and keep an eye on the butler
All right. The butler has not moved.
while you all go ask questions.
He offers you another cup of vodka. You can reroll your 1d6 temper HP if you'd like.
To be honest, I don't think I ever rolled it to begin with.
You go a zooming.
So Goris will step outside here and actually call in through the window and see if they answer.
Yes, says the answering tiger. Says the wishing deer.
Can you grant me the ability to become tiny or not tiny at will? Or is that beyond the scope of your power?
Granting abilities is quite beyond my scope, I'm afraid.
I see.
I can reverse your wish for free, however.
Okay, this is gonna be a weird one.
Oh dear.
So I have this friend, right?
Yes.
And he's very squidgy, and he can fit through a lot of things because of that. And he makes excellent music. Can you make me normal sized, but I can squidge through things like holes this size,
Yes, I can indeed.
like boneless and squidgy, like a goop.
I can make you a goop indeed.
All right, that is my first wish.
Your wish is granted.
You could have asked for us both to have that.
All right, let me make you normal size. And you now have the ability of a slime to go through small holes.
All right, I will squidge through the window to test it.
You see
Oh, that
Goris
really-
turn into a liquid, and there's a sound like water going down a drain as he goes through.
Why did you not wish for that for us both? Or all three?
You're already a rat.
But I'm not a rat permanently.
I mean,
I do advise you not to step in the water. That may be catastrophic.
yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Okay. Oh shit! Come on in. We have to ask your question. I closed the door so the eye can't hear us. I don't know if the eyes have ears.
God, I hope not.
An ear slowly rises from the floor. No. The only ears here are yours, the tiger's, and the deer's.
Mr. Tiger,
Yes?
how would one best defeat the butler?
Brutal violence, likely. Powerful magic.
See, that's what I would have assumed.
Anything which could slay a corporeal being in your world could slay him here. His essence will not be fully dissipated, but it will be dispersed for quite a long time here. He has powerful capabilities. He can step into and out of any mirrored surface or any reflective surface. With great concentration, he could step outside of your own eyeball.
Well, the
And he
windows
can
are gone.
conjure eyeballs where he steps and from reflective surfaces. He can conjure an unlimited number of these, I believe, and they become more powerful the more of them there are. If you can deal with these, which is no great deal, they're very squishy. They are masses of gelatin. If you can keep these away, he does not have much violent potential himself.
How many questions do I have left? Don't answer that. It's not a question.
You have no
All right,
questions
how many
left.
questions? What? Yes, I do.
Ah, shit, you have used up all your questions and all your wishes.
No, I didn't.
Are you sure
Did I?
about that?
I
I wrote down 2 and you told me 2. Unless I wrote down 1 and then I marked another one down when you asked in their question later.
I don't know. When you asked, there was one, and I don't remember asking another one. I may have.
I feel like you may have asked one of those like
I
random questions that not like, hey Tiger, I have a question, but you just happen to ask a question in the room. for nobody else.
I don't think that was the case.
Oh, maybe not.
I'm pretty sure I didn't do that to anybody.
I don't recall asking a second one, but that doesn't mean much.
Okay, if neither of you remember it, if George doesn't remember it, I'll mark it down to 2 questions. So you have Salir has everything left. Goras has 2 wishes left. Ashit has 1 question left.
Mr. Tiger,
Yeah.
if you were to apply some sort of numerical value to how full of life he is, what would that number be?
On a scale of negative 31,812 to 1,700, he's about a 39. Roughly speaking. That's
I
your,
feel at about an 8 right now, so that's a good on that scale specifically.
that's your last question, Stephanie.
Okay, we can go. I keep colliding with at least one wall.
Bonk. 1 second. There is a slurping sound like noodles as Goras goes through the window.
Like
That is not a
spaghetti.
window. Mm-hmm. It's like, imagine a video of somebody making pasta with a spaghetti extruder, but you see it in reverse.
Ew.
So, since I forgot to do this before the long rest, and
Yes.
since I've basically been sitting around doing nothing, is it possible for me to burn a couple of hit dice?
Absolutely.
How does one do that in this game?
You click on the S rest button underneath your hit dice, and then it will let you do short rest stuff, and you can roll as many hit dice as you want.
Goras, come in here.
And we can retroactively apply that since you would have done it before your long rest.
Alright, I'm gonna have to unwrap.
Okay. So that brings me back up to maximum +4 from the vodka.
All right. All right. What were the other 2 of you doing? Asha is cure woundsing.
Yes.
Oh yeah, Ashit
To Goras.
brought me into this other room, so I just followed.
Secret healing. Oh, I'm sorry.
Helpful.
That's okay. That brings me up to about half. So I think Ashit unratted.
Yes.
Right, you would have had to. So that is the last of your available wild shapes or Super Saiyans.
Well, I don't want to use too many of spell slots, but I can use a couple more.
I'll be all right. I think you should use those for something else. Maybe they'll be better used against him.
I mean, your
Well, I don't
first
have a lot
level
of.
slots are Entangle and Fairy Fire outside of Cure Wounds, and you still have 3 of them left.
So, like, my first level spells aren't super offensive.
I mean, they'll help Salir do more, and me.
Fairy Fire.
All of us.
Fairy Fire is pretty dank.
I think I'll be all right. You can always cure me if I did take more hits in combat.
Okay.
All right.
I'm still tiny.
I'm sorry.
It's the dream realm, man. All right. So, what do we want to do?
So
Do we
weird
want to
looking
burst
at
through
you
this
normal
door?
size.
No, well, we need to make sure that we're in a room with no reflective surfaces, and since we got rid of the glass from the windows, that won't be too difficult.
That was a major nerf to him. That wish.
Yeah.
I realized he came out of a window before, so I figured that wish. Let's see. Well, he had the vodka, and the vodka, and the other vodka glasses.
Are there any reflective surfaces in this room?
There are not.
Well, how can we lure him in here?
I don't know. Step on a stone or something.
You could rip up the floorboards and step on the stones underneath.
I I mean, you could just ask him to come in here. Yes.
Excuse me, Mr. Butler, sir.
Yes.
We'll get Solaire in here too.
What are you
We're
planning?
doing something very nefarious and evil in here, and you should come stop us.
I saw Gorath steal something from under the bed.
Funny, I don't sense you doing anything. You shouldn't be in there.
I
That's
stole
because there's
I
no
stole
mirrors in
Gorath's-
here. That's why.
What were you asking the tiger? You were asking him how to defeat me.
No.
We did no such
No.
thing.
Nuh-uh.
I'm stealing a pillowcase.
He picks up one of the vodka glasses and he throws it into the middle of the room and it shatters into little glass fragments.
That's cheating.
He has another in his hand. He throws another into the middle of your room.
Can I catch it with telekinesis?
Yes. He looks
Like,
disappointed.
I gently set it. I stuff it underneath the pillow.
Okay. I was gonna say. Well, what are you waiting for? Are you going to attack me?
I think we've lost the element of surprise.
I have no reason to harm you until you attack me. You can
Hold
call
on.
this all off now. You can simply turn and you can walk off into the void and wake.
I start picking up the glass shards of telekinesis. It's not an attack, right?
No, how?
One by one, just. I'm not attacking.
Okay. He does not react to this.
Salir, can you just like take that bottle of vodka, like put it in your bag or something, like, or somewhere away?
Okay, I don't know why, but I will take the bottle of vodka and
Was
put
this
it in my
door
bag.
It was open. We could step on these stones. Gorath, come here. We can step on these.
I'm cleaning up the glass. Hold on.
Oh my god.
There are like dozens of these glass shards. You can pick up a few at a time, but it takes quite a long time.
This room won't work anymore. We could cover it with a blanket. They're not reflective if they're covered.
Is that how that works? I guess I
Yeah.
did try to stuff something under a pillow. I assume that's how that works.
I take
That
one
would
of
be
the
how it
blankets
works,
off
yes.
the bed. And cover
Ooh.
it.
I have painter supplies.
Oh
I
my
will take
God,
out
you
some of my paint and just dump it over the glass shards on the floor.
There's a blanket, man.
He's standing in the middle of the shards. Are you just moving paint over to him and dumping it at his feet?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I'll
so
move
there's
over
just
to him.
sitting there watching this, wondering what the hell he's doing.
What color paint is it?
Black.
Okay. He looks down. He looks up at you. That's interesting. That's an interesting strategy.
And now we just have to wait for it to dry. Then it won't be reflective.
Yes. Well,
Why do we care if it's reflective?
It's very important.
If you say so.
Because he can summon monsters out of reflective surfaces.
Ah,
so you're just going to stand here and wait for the paint to dry?
Yes.
Yeah, well, you said you weren't going to attack us till we attacked you, and
Yes.
this is a mess, but I don't think it's an attack, right?
No, not at all. Do you mind if I leave for a moment?
Prefer you didn't.
Okay. He teleports away.
He's gone to get more glasses.
I will catch all of them this time.
so while he's gone,
Ooh.
Goras, just communicate with me mentally for a second.
Yes, I say in his head.
Okay. So while he's gone, he doesn't seem to care if I pick this thing up that supposedly contains this horrific, beast in it that's waiting to hatch. Should I just pick this thing up, wake up, and take it back and throw it in the fireplace?
Perhaps. What if I tried to speak to it?
Well, perhaps you can speak to it. It does seem to have a head, and the head is on this end, and I'll show him which end I believe the head is.
Yep.
No, tell him about the mirror. The mirror in the other room.
Oh yes, there was a magical mirror that was used to contact the what are they called Neverborn? Is
Yes.
that what they're to contact the Neverborn? Apparently the master uses it for that purpose. We could see people through it. It was weird.
We need to destroy it.
So why did you destroy it?
We were
tiny.
we were tiny. Yeah, at the time I wasn't. It's a little tricky. Also, I probably can't get back that way now because, and I just turn into like a small goopy pile and then reassemble. I probably shouldn't touch water.
Couldn't you have just simply
You don't
cast a
have-
spell and destroy it?
You don't have to touch water to get back there.
I was
Can you not cast spells when you're tiny?
well, I probably could, but I was very preoccupied with keeping us in the air.
Ah. Fair enough.
It was more of a scouting mission. It went terribly wrong.
Apparently
see all
not.
these
If you
puncture wounds?
gained all
Well,
this information, yeah,
You know, I was covered in puncture wounds earlier, but they seem to have closed up now that I'm, well, made of goop.
Can we just destroy this thing here?
I don't know.
I do have oil and the ability to start fires.
I was thinking of just taking it back to our area because I thought it would be harder for them to interfere over there.
Well, he's not here now.
Well, no.
I think we need all of us if we're going to face him. So if you wake up, that leaves just two of us.
Well, I could throw the thing onto the fireplace and then have the blue guy send me back.
Do we know that'll work? Do we think you can do it again so quickly?
I have no idea.
I do think it's smart to destroy this thing. But I don't know how the timing would work out best.
I don't know. He seems to be omnipotent in most ways. He also seems to be able to detach parts of his body because for a while,
Yeah, we saw some eyes
his
with
arms and
teeth.
legs. Well, for a while, his arms and legs were gone.
Oh, weird.
Just his torso was sitting across from me, and I don't know what he was doing or where his arms and legs went. But
I don't think he can hear everything. He doesn't. He only guessed what we were talking about with the tiger.
We should fight him outside. There's probably no reflective surfaces outside.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know that he'll come back at this point.
Oh,
Just go someplace you're not supposed to go. He'll show up.
Sleer, we did have a copy of a key. I wonder if it would open this door.
I don't know. I certainly can't. It's beyond my skills.
Isn't that the one with 3 locks on it?
I tried peering through
It is the one, yes.
the locks to see if I could misty step into the room on the other side, but I can't peer around any edge of the door or through any of the locks.
What's the door made of?
It is made of thick, runed metal for its frame, and
seems to be.
a very, very thick hardwood for the wood itself.
You know, and I'm told it was crafted from the sorrows of, I think it was the imprisoned or something. The gentleman who made it was imprisoned in something called the Bastille, in the lowest level of the dungeons. And I'm told if I go there and go to sleep there, that I can cross over to the other side and talk to him. But I don't know.
Interesting.
I don't know what he's referring to, so that's not going to help us at the moment.
So we do have the key with us, right? The
Yes.
copy of the key?
Yeah, you would have
Does
scooped that
does
up
it
once
fit?
you were normal size. Yes, there's only one tine to it, but when you put it in one, it's like your vision shifts, and suddenly it's filling all 3 of the keyholes at once.
Oh, this is weird. I turn it.
The door unlocks.
Wow, look at that. Do you think the butler will come back if I step in here?
Probably.
Maybe I should step in here and we should just be ready to attack him as soon as he comes here. I wonder where he is. Okay, I'm stepping in.
So, Larry,
Everybody get
you
ready.
okay with that, or do you want to have more drinks with him first?
I'll take your silence as a yes.
You step through.
I've had quite enough to drink, thanks.
He does not reappear.
Ah. Oh. I
You
suppose
see
we could just
stone.
be ready for him, and if we see any reflective surfaces, we'll turn around.
Or just make them not reflective surfaces anymore.
That's true. I do have more paint. Probably not a lot more, but I have some. Did you come through here before, Ashid?
Yes, this looks familiar.
Let's see.
Door's locked. Open it up.
You can
use the
use
key, I
the
guess.
lock on it. It unlocks.
Look, it's a different type of stone.
Does that count?
I don't know. Let's find out.
The air is cooler in here. You see shattered pottery on the ground. It's a dull mat.
That's a weird-looking skeleton out there.
You say as you run up to the window and peek through the rat's
The
size hole.
rat size hole. Yes.
Oh, yes, up here. Ah, there you are.
Hello.
I try
How
to
are you all
mage hand
doing?
the bottle at his feet away from him.
The mage hand moves the bottle away. He says, "How are you all doing? You know you're not supposed to be here, right?"
Yes, we know.
Is the bottle reflective?
It is. It's moved away now. I'll give you one last chance to go back. What's your answer?
I'm not feeling very, go back today.
Well, will the two of you help me subdue him?
Help you subdue who?
Why should I help you?
All right. His arm disappears. It reaches out of the metal fixture of the giant barrel and rips away the spigot, and vodka
I'm
begins
going
to fall over
jump
the floor.
out of the way.
You leap out of the way.
Do I have any time to act?
We'll go into initiative.
That's fair. Okay.
It's the butler's turn. And the butler simply points at the ground, and a trio of eyes rise up from the reflective surface of the vodka that's spilling everywhere.
Yeah, I'm going to draw both rapiers and go after the butler.
All right. And the butler is going to back away. You have continuously more chances. If you flee, if you go back to where you're supposed to go, this can all end. Goras, your turn. Oh, hold on, I forgot to add them to the initiative.
All right. So it might not be my turn then. So I will wait. It is not.
The bilingual eye will attack Solir. With its dagger-like teeth. Whoops, that shouldn't have been disadvantage. 17 plus 4, will a 21 hit?
All day long.
That's 4 piercing.
Yippee-ki-yay.
The patient eye is going to attack Goras. This is a 16 hit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's 5 piercing. Now it's Goras's turn. Goras, you and Ashit feel heavy as the... Actually, no, you wouldn't. They're looking at different things. No additional effects. It is your turn.
Okay. Bonus action Mind Sliver on the butler.
All right.
So that's an intelligence save, DC 16. Okay, fair enough. That didn't work out, so I am going to instead, it's an action. I'm going to cast Earth and Grasp on the butler.
All right.
Don't need to place the templates or any of that.
Is that a strength save for him?
Yes, 16 DC.
He's not very strong.
Okay, so dust from between the stones on the floor rises up into a hand and grabs him, and he is restrained.
All right.
And takes 2d6 bludgeoning.
Okay.
That should not be that.
Oops.
That's 3 in total.
Okay.
3 bludgeoning. And is restrained. Okay. That's my turn. Pass.
All right. It is Salir's turn.
So if I move past this eye, it's going to get an attack of opportunity on me.
Correct.
Well, it doesn't seem to do huge amounts of damage, so I'm going to go straight past the eye
All right.
up to the butler.
That's a crit, unfortunately. Though that's only 7 piercing. Now, being restrained, you have advantage on attacks against it. Nice. That will hit. He swings his 2 long needles to try to parry your rapiers, and it just doesn't work. You stab him in the hip, and it makes him stumble. That'll hit. You go right
And then
through
I
his
would
stomach.
And then I would get sneak attack damage on him as
Yes.
well, correct?
All right. And that is 10 damage. He doubles over when you stab him in the stomach, and you use that opportunity to ram him right in the nose with your rapier hilt and break his nose. Do you do anything else?
No, I think I'm pretty content where I'm at.
Right. Aw, shit.
Yeah, you were just drinking with the guy.
He summoned things to attack me. And, all bets are off now.
That does remind me he should have 1d6 temporary HP from drinking.
I want to send an Eldritch Blast at each of the eyes in front of me.
Okay.
Do I have to cast that twice then? It seems like
It's
it
one
only
roll applies to everything, I believe.
does it?
That's how. That's generally how multi. Gosh, I don't know for Eldritch Blast.
We've always done it as 2 separate rolls, haven't we?
Eldritch Blast is a separate
Okay.
attack per beam. Yeah.
That'll hit.
It says the last sentence of the spell.
Gotcha. You explode the first one. That'll hit. You explode the second one.
Fantastic. That's it.
All right. The butler's turn. He is really not doing great. He is going to teleport out of the earthen grasp. And is going to summon another eye to help him. He is desperately trying to get rid of Goras. Does he lose incapacitated if he teleports out, or does he have to do something else, Goras, to lose the earthen grasp on him?
I guess if he gets out of the grapple, then he's out of it. Yep.
Okay. He has a super fancy, powerful layer action, basically. It's not really a, like, Misty Step or anything, so it doesn't have lots of very well thought out game text behind it.
I mean, even a Misty Step would work there, so I think that's fair.
That's effectively 8, which I assume doesn't hit.
Nope.
That's a 23.
That does hit.
That's 6 piercing.
Whew. Gorse is at 1 HP.
Oh no. Oh yeah, I gotta add this thing to the initiative. The bilingual eye thing is... it is going to respond to the butler's command and is going to orbit you for a second. And is going to attack Gorasp, though not at advantage. Not at flank. That should not be the needle. That should be... Six piercing.
Yep, that's a hit, and Gorse is down.
Goras, your turn.
That saves... Oh, not 10 HP, 0 HP. There we go. Oh, there's a save thing. Okay. Boom. 1 fail.
All right, Solaire, your turn. He disappeared, and it took you a few seconds to realize that he's now hidden from you behind the big barrel, but you can hear him fighting Goras.
If I were to be on top of the barrel, could I hit him with the rapiers there?
Yes, you could. It'll be a little tricky getting up on top, though. It is a sloped, curved surface.
I am going to face step
All right.
on top of the barrel
You phase step on top of the
And,
barrel.
and then hit him with the one rapier there.
Okay. You hit. And your blow is powerful. Can you give me sneak attack on that, please?
All right.
He tries to twist his head out of the way. It may just come right across his neck and do lots of bloodiness to it, but you stab him right through the brain. You go in one ear and not quite out the other. It just sticks into the backside of his skull. And he falls to the ground, and the eyes immediately disappear, as does he.
I wanted to do that.
I'm sure we'll meet again, he says.
Gorse is face down in the vodka, bubbling.
He died when he lived.
Is the vodka trickling into his mouth and giving him temporary HP?
I don't think temporary HP gets you up from death, unfortunately.
Damn.
If you aspirate the vodka, it has the opposite effect.
Oh no. We are going to stop there for today, and you guys can level up. I can leave this open if you guys want to level up now, or you can
Does
level up.
that stop him from dying?
You guys
or
can
should
stop
I-
him from dying.
Roll my-
You guys are not going to recover. You guys are not going to have a long rest right now, is what I'll say.
Do I get my new HP?
You can gain your new additional HP. It'll go onto both your max and your current.
Yay! I rolled max.
Yay!
Thank DM.
Welk, Goras.
How long is
Thank-
this going to remain open?
Thank you, sir.
I can leave it open for like half an hour.
Okay,
You're
cool.
welcome.
Thank you, Taylor. This was a fun session.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm very happy. I was really afraid this was going to be a long and boring.
This
Thing.
dungeon's, well, quote unquote dungeon is great. It's been fun.
Oh yes, it's been a lot of fun. I've enjoyed it.
Fortunately, we cheated the hell out of it.
Which made it fun.
It has been fun, exactly, yeah.
I don't know what we were supposed to do.
There is really no supposed to. This is let me put a lot of things around and see what they do with them.
Emergent gameplay, yay!